right, what's up? How's it going, chat? Welcome back to day 148 of Vibe Coding an App Until I Make $1 Million. Today is going to be a good one. So first off, you guys can see here the Stripe dashboard. Welcome back. Let me fix this real quick. But big day for us today. Today we are going to be building prompt engineering into BridgeSpace, and there's a couple things I want to show you guys about what we're going to be doing, but it is going to involve BridgeSpace. But before we get into that, check this out, guys. So MRR it's gone up 50% in the last 7 days. You can say ARR is now at $26,000 a year. If we go to the last 4 weeks and apply that, MRR is up 209%. So, this is the growth rate related to Bridgemind. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Bridgemind, you can go to bridgemind.ai. And really what we're doing is we're building an agentic coding platform. Expert Flow, how's it going? Welcome. But this is going to be a really good day, guys, because we're going to be using BridgeSpace to be able to build a new feature that I think is going to be highly demoable and usable into BridgeSpace. So the concept that we're going to be talking about here is prompt engineering, and something that I've been working on off stream. I didn't stream yesterday because I was working, but I want to show you guys the progress that I made yesterday. Tampian, how's it going? What's up? Have I tried Open Code Desktop? I have not, no. But check this out, guys. So yesterday I was working on BridgeVoice, and there is now a significant improvement into BridgeVoice. It's actually local, so I'm not going to launch. Hold on, let me actually quit BridgeVoice locally, because we're going to be working on this. You guys are going to see some significant improvements into multiple products here today, but the main focus is going to be getting this prompt engineering working for BridgeSpace. And the strategy here is that I'm going to make it so that you actually integrate BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace, and I'll show that to you guys here in a second. But I did make some significant improvements yesterday to BridgeVoice. But yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good right now about the 2,200 in MRR. Again, if you guys look behind me, the goal is 10,000. So we are going to reach our goal. And what you guys are starting to see is you're basically starting to see the initial traction of the Bridgemind platform. Tideberry said no other app has this. You should market this like crazy. Yeah, so we'll get that into that in a second. But the marketing strategy is working. Everything is working, and you guys got to check this out. So BridgeVoice, I made 2 adaptations to BridgeVoice yesterday, and they were for very particular reasons. So I want to show this to you guys just real quick here. So let me log in, and all right, hold on. I've got to get the API going here. So what I want to be able to do, and it's going to be decently hard, but the whole goal of this stream is we want to make it so that when I say a prompt, that I have an option to have that prompt be basically enhanced to become a super, super specific, detailed system prompt automatically. So you guys are going to see how this works, but I do have a vision for this. It's going to come together here briefly, though. Kaz, what's up? How's it going? But let me drop the stream link into the chat here. Let's pull up BridgeVoice. Let's open the browser again. Sign in. Okay, so check this out, guys. So we're going to make a couple changes to BridgeVoice as well, but we want to integrate BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace natively. So I still want to keep BridgeVoice as an app that you can have just out of the box, right? Is BridgeSpace open source? No, it's not, no. So give me 1 second, chat. I'm going to drop something in, but you guys can see 56,000 words, but I'm feeling pretty good about the MRR basically going up, 200%. It's climbing. Somebody asked, is 5.4 better than 5.3 Codex? 100%, yeah. You can just look at the coding benchmarks, and it does tell you pretty quickly. Okay, so take a look at this. A couple things I want to do just briefly here. So I am going to take a screenshot, and I'm going to add in some custom instructions to BridgeVoice, but I want to show you a really cool feature about BridgeVoice that's new. So let's pull this back up. So check this out, chat. So BridgeVoice here, if you now go into your settings, you're going to have a new option, okay? And if you look here, the new option is the transcription mode. So you can either use local or you can use Cloud, and Cloud supports 99 plus languages, and it is very fast. Local, what I found about local is, you are basically limited to, using English models. This Disto large, I don't think is an English model, and large v3 isn't English, but what we're seeing is that, we're using Metal on Mac, and it's very fast on Mac when you're using local. But on Windows, it's very slow on Windows because, Metal isn't available on Windows, right? So, the reason that it's so fast on Mac is because we're using Metal, but then on Windows, it's very slow. So we need to fix that. We need to get this working. But this is the significant improvement that I made, is the option to be able to choose between local or cloud, okay? And this is a huge sell point. No other platform does this. I don't know why, but this is actually very useful because based on what I want to do, local is basically near immediate transcription time, and then cloud is 99 plus languages. It also is very, very accurate. So I'm going to show this to you guys just briefly here. Hold on here. All right, do I have to? All right, let's quit BridgeVoice and then reopen it. Hold on your chat. All right, what's going on here, guys? All right, this is a quick test. Okay, what's on? 403. Oh, you guys only see me, sorry. Zeronite said, new here, what's he building? So you're literally, what I'm building, you're looking at it. So this is BridgeVoice and BridgeSpace, and today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be integrating prompt engineering into BridgeSpace natively. And one example I want to show to you guys about like something that I've been doing, which has been very, very interesting, is I'm going to pull up Claude and I'm going to show this to you guys so you understand what it is that I'm actually trying to do. So check this out. So recently, I don't know if you guys watch my channel, but you'll have noticed that my thumbnails have improved significantly on the channel. Like if we go over to YouTube and we go to, Bridgemind here, what you guys are going to notice is that the channel thumbnails have been significantly improved. So check this out. So you can see these thumbnails, and right about this right here is when I started using a new technique for thumbnails. So you guys see the last like 5 have been like very good if we just zoom in here. And the reason they've been better is because I've been using a prompt engineering technique. So what I've been doing is I've basically been dropping in this, and I've been having AI create the system prompt for me. Somebody asked, how much are you spending right now for all of your Claude subscriptions? I actually have a video coming out today, this one here, why I spend $1,100 a month on AI, and then I rank the best AI tools, and that's gonna be premiering right at the end of this stream at 10 a.m., so in less than 4 hours. I'm gonna be streaming for about 4 hours. So let's look over here, and what the concept that I'm trying to show you guys is you get a significantly better result if you basically pass a prompt that you write into AI and have AI then write a system prompt. And the example of this visually is very noticeable. Like if you look at Bridgemind here and you look at what we're doing like with our thumbnails, look at this, my new growth strategy, and it's like not that good, right? 2.1K. This one here, was a little bit better, but I started using this new technique and my click-through rate went up by a ton, right? And you can just see that, okay, AI is able to write better system prompts than humans can. And what I want to do is I want to take this same concept and I want to apply it to coding, because visually you can see it very easily, right? You're like, okay, this is very obvious, right? Like, okay, you're looking visually and you're like, okay, this thumbnail is like kind of like bad. Like this is cool. It's a cool thumbnail. GPT 5.4 versus Opus 4.6. I probably couldn't have written this for myself. Melter said all small things will compound. Keep going, brother. Thank you, man. So then you see this one, right? And you're like, okay, like the thumbnails are improving. It's because I'm using a system prompt technique. And I think that we can take the same technique and apply it to BridgeSpace. So in order to do that, there's 2 things that we're gonna have to do in this stream, okay? The first thing is we're gonna have to make it so that I can easily, using terminals, I can easily CD into a particular directory and I can easily open up BridgeSpace in that directory, right? And I'm pretty sure I can do this now. Like if I go over here, right? Let's just open up the a terminal, and let's just do BridgeSpace. I don't think this works because look at what just got pulled up on my other side here. Yeah. Literally, this is what I just got. I just launched this Electron. So obviously that doesn't work. So the first thing that we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to prompt this, and we're gonna have it do a deep dive on basically how this opens up projects inside of BridgeSpace. Drew, how's it going? Morning. So we're gonna take a look at this. I need you to do hold on, let's grab BridgeVoice here. And BridgeVoice doesn't appear to be, what's going on with BridgeVoice here? So it did change some things around yesterday, and now it's having some problems. Let's go to BridgeVoice. What do I think about the default Opus 1 million? I mean, I'm gonna use it, right? I'm a big fan of the default, the 1 million context. Okay, there we go. Is it working now? Skipping train audio too quiet. Hold on here, chat. Let's use system default. Hello there. What's going on here? Okay. First of all, let's take a look at this. So I'm just going to drop in BridgeVoice. All right, take a look. Vince the Genius, how's it going, man? Yeah, D-Side Drew asked prompt engineering feature. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna integrate BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace natively so that you don't have to, like, we're gonna keep the BridgeVoice app, but we're gonna figure out a way to basically take the exact same thing that we have with BridgeVoice and then integrate it into BridgeSpace, okay? So something that I did yesterday is I finally did integrate cloud transcription. Now, cloud transcription, the thing about cloud transcription is the latency is going to go up a little bit, obviously, because what's happening is you're basically sending that over the wire to then get transcribed via Grock, and then you're returning it. So it's a little bit slower. We're gonna get it working here in a second. I'm actually not even sure why it's not working right now, but we're gonna get this fixed. Or is it working right now if I switch to Hyper? Hello there. Hello there. Yeah, there's just problems here with BridgeVoice. That's all right. This will fix it. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I want you to do an in-depth review of BridgeSpace and the BridgeSpace command that should open up a BridgeSpace window. I want this command to properly open up BridgeSpace in that directory on the user's computer. I need you to review the logic associated with this. Okay, let's launch BridgeSpace locally, and maybe there's something going on there. So I'm just going to do cd BridgeSpace tari, and then I'm going to run npm run tari dev. But yeah, if you guys missed it, one thing now that we have some more people, there's about 130 people watching. So just briefly here, I do want to show you guys the Stripe dashboard so everybody's up to date on where we're at. MRR has been going through the roof. Elon Musk, I don't know if you guys know him, but he's retweeted 2 of my posts this week. So, you know, I feel like things are going good. MRR is basically going through the roof. So check out the MRR here. Here's my revenue dashboard just directly from Stripe. And remember, this is solely associated with Bridgemind products, right? So Bridgemind makes a lot more money than this, but this is only associated with the subscriptions to Bridgemind. So you can see in the last 4 weeks, we're up 211%. MRR is currently 2,246, and ARR is currently 26,900, okay? So that's where we're at right now. Dougie said, Cursor's approach to cloud agents is worth doing some competitive intelligence on. You have a strong AI swarm positioning, but worth taking a look at what the UI and workflows of others. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Drew said, saw the handoff feature on Twitter last night. Really like the idea, to be honest. I hate having to paste context over a 2022 vibe coder, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Okay, so let's now go back over here and let's try. Oh, I know why this isn't working. I know why BridgeVoice isn't working locally. It's because I need to launch it in the terminal. I need to launch it here. Because BridgeVoice, okay, so we're actually gonna need to fix this. We're gonna need to fix multiple things at once. But the reason that it wasn't working is because I needed to launch it in a terminal. I forgot about that. Because the BridgeSpace does not have, hold on, let's pause this. Okay, now BridgeVoice will work. So I did just launch it locally in a terminal, and this is a quick test. There we go. Okay, so we did fix it. It says transcription failed. I'm not sure why. This is a quick test of BridgeVoice. Why is it saying transcription failed? Okay. All right, let's just fix this real quick. Okay. I was building something last night. Okay, so this is a really important field here. I want you to do an in-depth review of BridgeSpace in the BridgeSpace command. That should open up a BridgeSpace window. I want this command to properly open up BridgeSpace in that directory on the user's computer. I need you to review the logic associated with this because right now it does not work as intended. What is the best practice implement? So if we pull up a terminal, really what we need to happen is we need it so that this, like if I do BridgeSpace, right, it needs to open up BridgeSpace, obviously, which it just did, but it needs to open up BridgeSpace in that directory, right? So like we need to integrate the ability for BridgeSpace to be able to be opened up in a particular like project directories. Wait. Whoa. It's a key issue? Okay, I may need to grab another Grock key. Let me check. Spy said, can you talk more about the prompt enhancement feature? Yes. So I covered it a little bit at the start of the stream, but really what's needed is like for vibe coders, after vibe coding for over 3 years, I think one of the biggest things that we can build into BridgeSpace is the ability to make it so that, oh, and it looks like Grock isn't working right now. Grock is down. Yeah, look at this, guys. Grock is down. Or it's because I'm on a VPN. It must be because I'm on a VPN. So this would be a good example of, hey, this is when, yeah, it's probably going to be nicer just to switch over to local here. Like, watch this, guys, local. This is a quick test of local. This is a quick test of local. All right, there we go. All right. Continue. Continue. Okay. Peter, good afternoon. So what we're going to do is we're now going to integrate BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace natively. So we're going to do BridgeVoice, and then we're going to add BridgeSpace, Tari. I need you to do an in-depth review of both of these repos. I want you to help me get a voice-to-text transcription similar to, hold on, I actually don't even want to say that. I literally just want to integrate BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace. BridgeVoice integrated into BridgeSpace natively instead of having it be two separate apps. Okay, so another thing that I just did is that now there are new dictionary suggestions. Great work. For dictionary suggestions, make sure that there is a modal that pops out from the tab that shows the suggestion and allows me to either accept it or deny it. This is another way that we're going to improve BridgeSpace and BridgeVoice this week. I don't want to update any code inside of BridgeVoice, but I do want to integrate voice to text in the same way that we've integrated it in BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace. I need you to do an in-depth review of BridgeVoice and then properly help me get this fully integrated into BridgeSpace. In the top header, there should basically be a widget pill that says BridgeVoice, and that functionality should be integrated now into BridgeSpace. We will also need to build out the settings respectively. Okay, so guys, something that I did, you guys can see that there's like the new dictionary like suggested, right? So this is a new feature that we have integrated into BridgeVoice. We're also going to integrate another feature here inside of BridgeVoice, which is going to be custom instructions. So I'm just going to take a quick screenshot of something and drop it in. And I'm going to do BridgeVoice here. So let's add BridgeVoice. I want you to add a new feature set, which is instructions. Add this into the BridgeVoice dashboard. Review the screenshot for reference and help me properly integrate custom instructions into BridgeVoice that allows the user to set custom instructions for their transcriptions. Nevo asked, how are you today? I'm doing great. Yeah, I've got a wedding I'm gonna go to today. So that's why I mean, typically, like, I don't know, when was the last time I even streamed on a Saturday? I'm gonna start streaming more. Drew said best thing to do with merging stuff like this is to ask it to create an application map and suggest the easiest path to merging BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace natively. That's actually a really good idea. I think that this prompt will get the job done, but I totally see what you mean. Okay, what is this doing here? Okay. What do I do for a living? You're looking at it. Yeah, so if you guys missed this, Bridgemind just surpassed 2,000 MRR. It's up 211% over the last 4 weeks, and we're on track to hit 10,000 in MRR. If you guys remember, about 10 days ago, I set a goal of, hey, I want to hit $10,000 in MRR over the next 90 days. I think I made that video maybe like here or around here. So we're up about 50% since that. So I feel good about what we're seeing growth-wise. But yeah, I feel good about it. Yeah, measure twice, cut once, 100%. Nathan said, "Good morning, man. You are up early. Great to see you grinding." Thank you, man. Yeah, things are really starting to take off, and I feel pretty good about it. There's a lot of new features that are going to ship in the next update of BridgeSpace that I think people are really going to like. So excited for that. All right, all of these are very, very important. But this mechanism for the BridgeVoice dictionary, this was implemented in, if you go here, so check this out, guys. This is so cool. So we now integrated into BridgeVoice the ability to auto-detect new words. So check this out, guys. So literally, you guys can see auto-detected, and look at how right this is. So it said BridgeVoice, and then it was like known misrecognition, turn this into this, right? So just with the click of a button, I'll be able to add this to my dictionary, right? So I'm like, yeah. Unknown word. So it's setting this, right? And so now this has now been added to my dictionary. So now if I go BridgeVoice, BridgeSpace, it's right. And this is something that we just built into BridgeVoice, which is going to help it really compete against some of the frontier voice-to-text tool like WhisperFlow and Aqua, Grock 4.2 or GLM 5. Honestly, neither of those are that great. Oh, whoa! Oh, this is opening. This one's definitely testing it. Gibberish. Bridge Swarm. I'm trying to say things that Bridge Swarm, BridgeSpace, Bridgemind. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. So you can see I got a new dictionary suggestion there. And what I want it to do is I want to be able to grab that dictionary suggestion. But this is how we're improving BridgeVoice. And the reason that we're improving BridgeVoice is we're now, in this stream, you guys are going to see me integrate BridgeVoice natively into BridgeSpace. And then what the goal is we're going to integrate prompt engineering features where you're able to speak, right? And if you click a certain like push to talk key, what it's going to do is once it processes your transcription of your prompt, it's then going to integrate with, we're going to have to integrate AI for this, where it'll take your prompt and then it'll be able to do a lookup on the directory that you're in to actually see, like, from a technical perspective what you're trying to say, and then enhance the prompt that you spoke to it. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to see how fast we can make this and how good we can make this, but we'll see. Band Font said, can you put me down to do a project sharing on the 24th of March event, bro, by any chance? Let me know that in the Discord. Send me a message in Discord. That's the best way to do that. But this is going to be, you guys are seeing, like, next week, like, if I go back to the Stripe dashboard here, you know, we're at 2,246 in MRR. This today is probably going to jump. Yesterday it jumped $550. And today, if you guys remember, we had a record-setting number of subscriptions. It was on March 11th, and those were all free trials. So today is the day that these are all going to, like, kind of like be processed, right? So the MRR for those subscriptions hasn't actually hit yet. So I think that by the end of today, we should be able to break 2,500. So, you know, anything below like 10,000, I feel good about, but not great. I think that once we start getting over 10,000, that's going to be really good. So it does say that it built this modal. So let's pull this up here. So let's start talking gibberish real quick. Bridgemind, BridgeSpace, BridgeSwarm, BridgeMCP. So I want it to do a new dictionary suggestion, but it's not. It's still saying new dictionary suggestion in the widget pill, but it's not showing a modal or any pop-up for me to be able to confirm this. Review this logic and try again. So let's try this again. Did you get new users already? Yeah, basically, like, Bridgemind is starting to, like, really gain some traction. You know, Elon Musk reposted 2 of my tweets this week. I mean, I just think that Bridgemind in this space is becoming more relevant. I think that it's for good reason, right? It's like, I mean, we've been grinding for the last 148 days about putting an app until I make $1 million. So, all right, let's try this now. BridgeSpace. I don't think. Okay, you can see that it opened up BridgeVoice. So it did open it up, right? But the issue here, it opened up a workspace. It didn't open up a completely new, like, project directory. You guys see this? So I'm gonna kind of highlight this. So the functionality that's not the intended functionality that we want. Let's try this again here. When I do this, it opened up a new workspace in that directory, not a new BridgeSpace window. Review this and fix. Okay. All right, we do have a new instructions page. Let's pull this up. All right. Change the placeholder text with a different example. Okay. BridgeVoice, BridgeSpace, BridgeMCP, Bridgemind, BridgeSwarm. Okay, still doing just a new dictionary suggestion and not showing a modal. Where is the modal supposed to show up? I'm still not seeing it. Still just saying new word detected. All right, guys, I'm gonna grab another cup of coffee. I'll be right back. If you guys haven't liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Just as a reminder, 2,246 MRR. We're gonna see this go up a lot. We're gonna be streaming for the next 3.5 hours. So let's go. I'll be right back. Just gonna grab some coffee. black screen. What happened? All right, this is still opening up the wrong directory. Bridgemind, BridgeMCP, BridgeSwarm, BridgeSpace, Bridgemind, BridgeSpace, Bridge. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get it to pick up on new words. Okay. Okay, so let's try restarting this. You guys can see that it's opening up these temp directories, which we don't want. We want it to open up a completely new window. Somebody said, what is the monthly cost of your Claude API? I actually have a video on that coming out at the end of this stream. There's a video why I spend $1,100 a month on AI, and I rank the best AI models that I'm using and the best AI tools that I'm using. Okay. Alright, so I did just create this. Alright, so it looks like voice is now built in here. Let's see if this does work. Click to dictate. Okay, hold on here. So let's just open up a test. And presets are new with the latest update here. BridgeVoice. BridgeSpace and BridgeVoice more in depth. The settings for BridgeVoice inside of BridgeSpace need to be similar to the actual settings of BridgeVoice. Review in depth of the settings of BridgeVoice. And I also want you to make it so that there is a shortcut key for the push to talk and the push and the hold to record. Review this in depth and then integrate the correct functionality into BridgeSpace as well. The new dictionary functionality seems good. Seems to be stuck. What's stuck? This will cost quite a few tokens, right? No, on what? Okay, Missless, I actually know exactly the bug that you're talking about. I do believe that we have fixed that bug. The bug that he's talking about is on... If I move the screen here, I'll show you guys the bug that he's talking about. So let's launch a new... And thank you for reporting. That will be fixed in the next release, which could be as soon as today. We'll see, though. We'll see. But yeah, it's this issue here. So if I go to configure agents, this launch workspace is like going off the screen. So we'll definitely need to fix that. It's fixed, though, now locally. Yeah, I do still prefer Opus over Codex, yes. What is this that you're working on right now? So we're integrating BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace. So you guys can see BridgeVoice here. BridgeVoice has a ton of improvements. We basically have this auto... You guys see this here? We have the ability to now auto-detect new words for your dictionary. We also have instructions. These are new. So these are both really good new features to help us compete with WhisperFlow and Aqua Voice. But we're also going to be integrating BridgeVoice natively into BridgeSpace, and then we're going to be building the functionality today so that when you say things, you can, I don't know how we'll end up doing it, but it'll be able to automatically prompt engineer based off your prompt. So what it will do is you'll speak your prompt, right, like you normally would in any, platform, right? So you speak your prompt, but what's going to happen is before you actually submit your prompt, you're going to be able to toggle on something that's basically like prompt enhancement or like bridge prompt. I don't know what it'll be, but you're going to be able to take your prompt and there'll be then like some sort of lookup on whatever directory that you're in to actually be able to create the best system prompt for that task. So it'll be able to take what you're saying and actually turn it into something that the AI can understand and to completely maximize what you're trying to do, right? And to do that, it needs the context of the code base. So we'll see here. Miss Liz said also a feature request for presets. Let me do a custom command while I want to add dangerously skip permissions to my preset. Yes, so that I think that you may be on a outdated version, Misculus. So check this out. So this is the latest version. Make sure that you update to, what is it? It's 2.0.6. So watch this. If I cd in here, there is now a custom command. So you see this custom command. So you can do that here. You can do Claude, dangerously set permissions. And you can set that there. I believe that's in presets as well. Let me check. Let's do test. Oh, okay. I see that. Okay, thank you, man. All right, so I'm gonna build that real quick here. Shout out to Misculus, thank you. So yeah, you can see for when you're setting up the AI agent fleet there, you can see that. Review the screenshots. You can see that when configuring a preset and trying to do a custom command, it does not let me enter any custom commands here for a preset. Review this in depth, and I need you to fix this. You can see that when configuring the AI agent fleet, you can see that I can enter that in, but in presets it's not available. Review and fix this now. All right, perfect. Thank you. You should add a Bridgemind forum. Yeah, Misculus, just message me on Discord and I can, wait, I don't even know if I can extend the free trial. Let me look into it. If you want to send me like send me a Discord DM on Discord and I'll take a look at it. All right, let's do a quick check of the revenue dashboard. So here's where we're at. 2,246 in MRR, and this is again, just associated with Bridgemind subscriptions, nothing else that we do. So right now we're at 2,246. By the end of today, this will probably be 2,500 or above. I'll give you guys an update tomorrow. All right, these two are very important. So let's check on how this is doing. I don't think it is still not launching a new BridgeSpace window. It's just launching a new BridgeSpace workspace inside of the existingly launched BridgeSpace window. Yes. Yeah, I'm up early. I typically wake up at around like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. anyway. It's just like, hey, typically I won't stream on, and you guys see the issue that I'm having here, so I'm doing this and it's just launching. And I'll even like drop in a system prompt for this just so it understands like what's happening. So literally like it's launching a new, instead of launching a new window, it's launching, a new workspace inside of that directory. I'm like, yeah, that's not what I want. So look at this here. You guys can see that, hey, I'm launching this. It's not working how I want. Review this screenshot. You can see that it's opening up still a new workspace instead of a new window entirely. Okay, let's go over my dictionary here in BridgeVoice, and let's kind of clear out my dictionary. Let's change. I'm gonna remove these two. Okay, let's try this. BridgeSpace, BridgeVoice, Bridgemind. There it is. Okay. What did it do? It opened up the actual dashboard, but it didn't open up, like, there should just be a small little effect above the widget pill that gets displayed of the suggested dictionary word that was added. What does ARR mean? ARR means annual recurring revenue. So yeah, so we're at 26,952 in ARR, 2,246 in MRR. Okay. Let's see. I think this was just added. So let's see if the presets request is configured. Let's do a new preset, test, and now next. There we go. There's the custom command. Perfect. All right. So custom commands that'll be shipped in the next update. Thank you. Lodium, what's up? How's it going? Okay, perfect. All right, also, let's now take a look at the functionality for BridgeVoice here. So you can now see functionality, BridgeVoice. All right, let's set a key here. Just do like, okay. Oh. All right, this is updating things. This is a quick test. I need you to review the functionality. It's not working for push to talk. As soon as I push to talk, it should show the effect. Look at the widget pill. Look at the widget pill inside of BridgeVoice. In BridgeSpace, it is not working as intended. Do an in-depth review of this. Notice that the functionality of BridgeVoice inside of BridgeSpace still does not work. Would you figure out why? So you saw the new dictionary suggestion there. Good morning. Why not just use Cursor CLI if it has all the models? Super expensive, so expensive. You can like hardly use Cursor. Yeah, Kaz. So somebody asked me how much I spend on AI. So I do have a video that is premiering at the end of this stream. There's going to be a new video releasing. So this stream is going to be about 3 more hours. We're going to be building out this prompt. We're going to be building BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace, and then we're going to build a prompt engineering feature. That's the goal of this stream. So if I go over here, you guys can see the voice up here, but if I click it, it's not doing anything. So let's fix that. Bridgemind, BridgeSpace, BridgeSwarm. Do I use Ultra Thinking Claude? I do, yeah. They just added it back. I used to be in the habit of doing it, but I don't, not anymore. Okay. This one's the most important one. Let's move this into its own window. I need you to do an in-depth review of the emails and the email campaigns. Nalter said, what if the stream was your AI version when you're AFK? Yeah, 100%. I need you to edit your email. Show me a diagram of all the emails that we send in the application. Ty Berry said, UltraThink doesn't do anything if you're on high. Thoughts on Opus Max? Opus Max meaning what, the plan that I'm on? Because if you're talking about the 20x plan, I think that is pretty good. I get a lot of usage out of it. Justora said, yeah, UltraThink, yeah. I mean, I used to use it all the time, but then they removed it, but then they added it back, so it's like... Now, I want you to look at the installer and make sure that when users are installing this, that it is properly adding in the functionality so that they can run this command. developer said, hey fam, just wanted to share this with you. Just had a meeting with a client to show him my progress in-app and discuss feedback. It went really well and he's really happy. Nixer from Discord here. Congrats, man, that's awesome. The revenue is in the description. I may change things up. I'm just gonna see like if the titles of the streams, if I put what we're gonna be doing, do people like that more? The revenue's in the description though. But yeah, here's also, I'm just gonna be a little bit more like direct with, hey, here is the MRR that we're currently seeing. Let's actually refresh this. So 2,246. So now 2,266. So our MRR just went up by another $20 a month. It's up 214% in the last 4 weeks. So the marketing that we did last week in terms of just like being able to launch BridgeSpace went really well. So month over month, you can see last month we were at $720 MRR. Now we're at 2,266 ARR. Last month we were at $8,000 a year, and now we're at 27,192. So I'm just going to show this a little bit more so that you guys can kind of stay up to date and keep track with the progress. But remember, the goal for MRR is $10,000 a month. So I think that we're going to be able to get there in the next 90 days. Obviously, things are going very well, but in order to keep this momentum going, we're going to have to keep grinding. Kaz asked, what cheap AI do you think is good for reading PDFs and creating simple test sheets out of, for example, students to learn? Perplexity would probably be pretty good for that. I was using Perplexity, and Perplexity was really good. All right, let's see here. So this is the drip campaign. So there's several campaigns. So we have 15 distinct templates. So we have the auth, verify, and reset, the onboarding, the cron job, 30 minutes, post-trial lifecycle. I need you to do an in-depth review of all of the links that are included in emails and show me which URLs all of the links in each email are redirecting to. Review and output. Okay. This one's really important. So what we're trying to do in this stream is I've now integrated, I made some significant, oh, here it is. You guys can see the modal here. It doesn't look good, but you guys see this? Okay, do you guys see this here? So you can see add or edit, and now it's cut off. Let's see if I can, yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so this is BridgeVoice here, and we did integrate the functionality for BridgeVoice to basically automatically detect new words in the dictionary. So let's swap these here. And I need you to do an in-depth review of the screenshot and note that this is what I'm seeing in BridgeVoice when there's a new word. For some reason, you can see that it's overflowing and not showing. This is due to the spacing of the widget pill. Okay, you can even see it here. So when there's a new word automatically detected for the dictionary, what happens is you can literally see that here, right? So here are the new words. So for example, it'll say, hey, you know, here's the words that's going to add to the dictionary. And dictionaries are very, very important. Make an update to make this change so that I can actually see it. Forgot about caching layer, run cost 10K, revenue 2.5K, press W. What do you mean? All right, what's up, guys? If everybody's Bumzor said Discord message sent. Okay, thank you, man. So, we have 3 agents working for us. So if you guys are just tuning in now, you know, here's the revenue is going up a lot. And things, I have a really good video. So right after the end of this stream, guys, I have such a good video for you guys that's releasing. So check this out. If you guys go to YouTube, it's gonna premiere at the end of this stream. So if you guys go to Bridgemind, there is a new video that's gonna come out at the end of this stream. Check this out. This one here, why I spend $1,100 a month on AI, ranking the best AI tools. This is one of the best videos I've ever made. So if you guys have not already seen this, it's going to premiere right at the end of this stream. So right when the stream finishes, which is going to be in about 3 hours, you guys can go watch that. It's like super, super resourceful, I think. All right, let's check up on this. So this one just finished. This one's still working. And this one, what we're trying to do is integrate. So BridgeVoice is coming into BridgeSpace, okay? So BridgeVoice here, you can see it here, but what we need to do, oh, there we go. Okay, we made some progress. So actually doing it does something now. But we're gonna integrate, BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace. this gonna work? Test, there we go. So it's saying undefined is not an object, but that's fine. That's at least a slight improvement. Tyberry, what do you mean, on Discord or where? Also, if you guys have not already joined the Bridgemind Discord community, make sure you do so. Here's where we're at.
As you start.
Okay, so let's now pull up BridgeSpace, and let's try this. All right. Okay, so it's saying undefined is not an object. It is saying that undefined is not an object. Why is this happening? Fix this. Let's go over to our other workspace here. Okay, BridgeSpace, Bridgemind, BridgeSwarm, dictionary test. Okay, it's still not showing. You guys see this here? This is what I'm seeing still. Let's try this again. You're gonna have to completely reformat and restyle the widget pill so that it's able to extend the spacing that it has, review and figure out the best practice to do this, and then implement the changes accordingly. Prasad, radio silenced. Oh. These are not correct. Okay, so it's gonna restyle this, guys. Okay, let's check up on this. All right, this one says that it should work now. So we're trying to integrate this directly in. Let's just, hold on, let's just launch a quick new workspace here. All right, launch Claude. And then here is BridgeVoice. It's getting an update, so it's blacked out right now, but here is BridgeVoice natively. So let's do our shortcut. Okay, it's still saying undefined is not an object. It is still saying undefined is not an object. Yeah, Opus does have the 1 million in context by default now. But guys, what we're gonna be doing, if you guys are just joining in or you're wondering what we're working on. So today we are building and integrating BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace, and then we're integrating functionality for prompt engineering. So you're gonna be able to say something to BridgeVoice inside of BridgeSpace. It's going to do a quick lookup and then be able to actually improve your prompts based off of what you spoke and what project directory you're in. So we'll see how this works, but this is definitely going to be a good feature to demo. It's going to be incredibly powerful. Right now we're just working through some initial bugs. Do I drink straight black coffee or creamer? I drink straight black. Oh yeah, the Discord, it does need that here. I'll update that real quick, Decedro. Thank you. I think we broke 7,000 today, so let's go. Or at least nearing it enough to where it'll be, 7,000 in like 5 minutes. I did just update the command, guys. Yeah, I'll lower the song a little bit. Alright, I lowered it a little bit. Okay, so what's going on here? So Tari Fetch, Tari Invoke. So you guys can see that, oh, also, where's BridgeVoice? Okay, let's do a quick test here. BridgeVoice, BridgeSpace, Bridgemind. BridgeVoice, BridgeSpace, Bridgemind. This is a quick test to try and add things to the dictionary, but I do not even know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to test the dictionary so it shows the modal. Oh, nothing in the dictionary. Okay, hold on. Let's pull up this so you guys can see, like, there's a bunch of suggestions now. So we're auto-detecting words that may be, you know, good to add to a dictionary. BridgeVoice, Bridgemind, BridgeSpace, Bridgemind AI. Okay, there it is. So here it is. Still not working as intended here. I mean, do I just need to give this to like a Gemini instance, right? So this is where, guys, this is a really cool feature about BridgeSpace, and you guys are going to see it now. So I'm going to generate a handoff prompt, right? So I'm going to do generate handoff, okay? I'm going to open up Gemini, because right now I'm at the point where I don't think that Claude is going to be able to solve my issue. So I'm just going to do handoff via Claude, and this is now going to generate a handoff prompt for me. I'm going to drop the screenshot into Gemini. I'm going to drop in BridgeVoice, and once this handoff prompt comes back to me, I'm just going to copy it and paste it in. Have you considered doing the stream without the background music? I like to hang out in the streams like this while I'm working, but constant background music is overstimulating. I think a lot of people like it. Okay. Let's see if this works now. So it is going to be, I'm gonna do my hotkey real quick. Okay, it's still giving me, okay, wow. Opus 4.6 is just not getting it done for me. So again, I think that, review this handoff prompt and then help me update the widget pill so that the modal actually does display. As you can see from the screenshot, there is a styling that is not correct. It's overflowing. It's not showing the full content. Review in depth and then update the styling accordingly of the widget pill so that when updating the dictionary that it's not in this confined spacing, but will actually expand that spacing. No, I don't think that this is going to do it. So what I'm going to do is same thing with this conversation. I'm going to generate that handoff prompt because I think that this is going to need to be passed into GPT 5.4 extra high. So this is when I use GPT 5.4 extra high. Let's do that again. All right. So handoff prompt here. Let's launch Codex. So I'm going to use GPT 5.4 extra high, and I'm going to add BridgeVoice here. Because Claude just isn't able to get this done right now. Life without music is boring. All right, let's check MRR real quick. Let's do another quick check. All right. So last time we checked, we were at 2,266. This is gonna go up a lot today, guys. All right, went down 2,246. We had some churn happen. So far today we have net new revenue 140, churn $80 so far. Yesterday we had new revenue of 530, reactivation of 40, and then churn of 20. So churn is a little bit higher today. Okay, here is our handoff prompt. Review the handoff prompt for reference. Note that BridgeVoice is still not working natively inside of BridgeSpace. When I try to record my voice, it says, got undefined at object. Would you review this in depth? The voice to text functionality needs to work perfectly inside of BridgeSpace. Review this in depth and update the code in BridgeSpace that is causing it to fail. So let's just take a quick, can I do a quick screenshot here? So if I do Control S, this is a quick test. So yes, you guys can see here, undefined is not an object. Boom. Okay. Note that BridgeVoice works perfectly, and we basically just need to replicate that functionality and integrate it directly into BridgeSpace. Do not update any code in BridgeVoice, but just review it for reference. Ty Berry, so we're gonna work on that. You know, not now. I think that's gonna happen a little bit later. There's a couple nuances with that I want to touch. Is there any reason you are using high effort instead of max on Opus? Okay, perfect. So Gemini CLI took this. So high effort instead of max. What do you mean? Is that a new thing? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so there's now, I actually didn't even know that. So there's now low effort, medium effort, high effort, and then max effort. So that's actually new. Max effort. I heard from people that this takes like an insane amount of time. I'll make a quick tweet about this. All right, let's check this. Oh, it's okay. State clear. All right, so sometimes with like deep layer bugs, I find that you know, GPT 5.4 extra high is able to find things that Opus 4.6 may not. So the reason that I just, you know, did a handoff and then passed it to GPT 5.4 is because GPT 5.4 extra high is very powerful, and I think that it'll be able to do a much better job. Yeah, use effort max. Orin Dev, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, the effort max is new. We can try this. Yeah, D-Side Drew said it dropped last night apparently. Okay, I didn't know that this was that new. Okay. Okay, basically this new max mode is really good for yeah, I do have an offboarding flow, yes. Alright, GPT 5.4 X-Try is gonna think for a while on this one. Romanez, what's up? How's it going? Orin Dev said, you must fix that every time I open BridgeSpace in my Windows MacBook, it wants me to log in again. All right, let's look into that. Yeah, let's, hold on here. Let's, I want to keep this one. Let's close this, close this. We're going to process some bugs real quick. Let me just real briefly go to So I'm gonna try this, and I think this is a good opportunity for us to be able to test Max here. So let's launch Claude, and we're gonna test Claude Opus 4.6 inside of Max mode. So let's drop this in. I need you to review this error that people are getting and review why this is happening. This quotation was from somebody that reported this bug. Review in depth and pinpoint why this happens. Don't update any code, but create a structured plan to fix this issue. All right, and then let's just put it in plan mode here. Okay, so this is Claude Opus 4.6 in the new Max mode. Also, it never saves the workspaces for me when I close the app. It's not really supposed to. Like, once you think about this, once you close the workspaces, you're closing all the terminals. So it's not supposed to. Okay. All right, so guys, one thing to like note here is that, you know, we were using Claude Opus 4.6 for this bridge. So we're trying to integrate BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace, and then we're going to integrate the ability to enhance prompts. So it's going to be prompt engineering, where it's able to take your voice and then it's able to significantly improve your prompt based off of what you said, right? So it'll be able to do a lookup on the code base and then rewrite your prompt. Now, right now, it says failed to start recording. You guys see this? Failed to start recording. But GPT 5.4 is doing some work for us here on that. Gemini is fixing, we have a new feature where it basically auto-detects words for your dictionary. So if you guys are familiar with BridgeVoice, let's just pull it up here. So it now is able to auto-detect new words for your dictionary that you're saying, okay? Now there's definitely some improvements that we're gonna make to this. As you can see, BridgeVoice, BridgeSpace. Also, we did add instructions here. Kilo code is bad. Which tool do I use to split your screen? I'm using BridgeSpace. This is actually the product that we're building. We're currently at, we actually just surpassed 45,000 in revenue. So revenue is basically surging, but you know, in order to keep the momentum going, it's gonna take quite a bit here. We're gonna have to keep on grinding, chat. I do have an FAQ help page built into the app, but we're gonna have to make video content for it. So that's just another thing that's on the list. Did I fix the bridge swarm functionality? Yeah, the next update, the bridge swarm harness, is gonna improve significantly. So the bridge swarm harness is about to get a pretty big update here. That may be a problem with your settings, Orndef, because it lets me paste with control. Yeah, no, I paste in with command. Watch this. Command copy, command paste. So it may be something wrong on your end. I want you to do an in-depth review of the error that's being reported. why is this happening, do an in-depth review and identify why and fix in the bridge swarm functionality. Oh, wait, hold up. Do an in-depth review of the image. This is still not properly showing the correct information. As you can see here, it does not show everything. Do an in-depth review and try again. All right. Is this Suno AI music? Yeah, this is Suno. Might have a, not gonna lie, Drew sounded like a Claude ad when talking about max effort. Okay. Alright, so we have these 3 agents working for us. Would you review all of the emails and ensure that they are properly routing to correct pages? Alright, this one is we really want this one to complete. So this is a GPT 5.4 extra high instance, and we do have it in fast mode. It is so slow, but we want it to just get this right on the first try. Let's see here. So here's voice. Can we please integrate voice? So let's just do a quick test terminal. Hold up. There are active updates being made, so this will take a second. When will you include other languages like German into BridgeVoice? So that is a great question. So that is actually going to be available in the next update. So yesterday, we finally have integrated the ability for 99 plus languages to be integrated. So you can see the transcription mode. So you can either use local, which is going to use on-device whisper, private, no internet needed, or you can switch to cloud, and cloud supports 99 plus languages, including German. So this is a new feature that's being added and shipped in the next update of BridgeVoice, which should ship probably about Monday. We'll see. I'll keep you updated, but that's going to ship this week. So really excited for that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Finally. All right, guys. It looks like we do have this working. At least, like, it's not saying no recording. So let's let this finish. It does look like it did solve those issues. And that's one thing about GPT 5.4 extra high is that, yeah, like, sometimes there are just issues with that, right? Like, there's issues where I'm using Opus and then, yeah, it's in cloud mode, yeah. But cloud mode hasn't shipped yet. That's going to ship. That's going to ship probably on Monday. Okay, so this says that it's done, so let's pull up dev here. So this can be the big test. Let's see. All right, let's just launch 6 sessions here. All right. This is a test of BridgeVoice inside of BridgeSpace. This is a test. This is a test. I don't think it's connected to... Hold on, chat. Alright, let's test this. This is a test of BridgeSpace, BridgeVoice. I'm recording, but it's not picking up my voice. Why is this the case? I'm no longer having the issue that we were having before, but it's still not working. It's not picking up my voice. All right, OrangeDev said also another bug that you have in Windows, when the user selects a folder that the agents will work in, it opens up terminals, but not in the selected folder. Hold on, let me try that on my Windows machine. You got to send screenshots to OrangeDev because I need to be able to see like what you're talking about. So make sure you're in the Discord because I am just like definitely not having that issue. Yeah, mine are totally fine. Yeah, mine do work great. So I don't know. I need to see like screenshots. Jack Reacher, yeah, revenue is going through the roof. Okay. All right, so this one here. All right, so that'll solve the auth issue. This is a test, this is a test, this is a test. Yeah, it's not gonna work. MRR, quick update on MRR, 2,266, so it went back up by 20. Current ARR is 27,000, and we have to get to $10,000 a month in MRR. All right, Orange, thank you. I'll take a look at it. I'm going to Discord here. All right, Orange, I'll take a look at this. Okay, it says that fully open, fully close, and then reopen BridgeSpace. So let's do that real quick. Yeah, my plan is to sell to a frontier AI company like XAI or OpenAI. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay, so let's see if this now works. Let's launch 2 sessions here. This is a test. I don't think it's going to work, but let's see. Yeah. I tested it again. Oh. Okay, this is actually true. So the reason, okay, so it says, hold on, I have to pull up my system settings. And then I have to go to privacy and security, and then I have to go to, what is it, accessibility? Privacy and security, microphone. Okay, so the issue that I'm having, and I can show this to you guys. So the issue that I have is that BridgeSpace isn't even like asking for my microphone. Oh, maybe if I do this. I have an idea. So I think we're gonna have to close out of this real quick. And I think we'll have to launch it in a terminal. And then I think that this will work. Let's see. So let's try this. This is a quick test. It doesn't look like... Oh, there we go. There we go, chat. Oh, finally. Okay. It did say transcription failed, but we're one step closer. This is a quick test. It is now picking up on my voice. Okay, it's saying transcription failed, but that's okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna switch this to... I'm gonna switch it off of extra high, and I'm gonna switch it to... I'm gonna go to medium. Great work. It is now working, but it is saying transcription failed. Here are the logs. All right, that's one step closer, chat. Oh. Is that because the cloud transcription? Okay, it's because I'm on a VPN. So let's just switch it to local. Let's switch it to local. Hold on, chat. Where is it? Where is it? It's, okay, it's right here. So if we go to BridgeVoice, make it so that I can set it to local. Great work. I now need you to integrate local transcription as well as cloud transcription as options. If you look at BridgeVoice, you will see how this is done. Add this functionality to BridgeSpace, allow them to toggle between local transcription or cloud transcription. Okay. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. This is really important that we get this working, but I think we're almost there. Let's go. All right, I'm back. What's up? Okay. This just is not working. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, Gemini CLI, just a complete flop. Look at the UI of how BridgeVoice looks when it has auto-detected a word that it wants to add to the dictionary. As you will note, I literally can't see anything. The sizing and styling of the widget pill does not have the functionality so that this is able to display properly. I need you to do an in-depth review of this with 2 deep dive agents and then integrate the correct updates so that the styling of the widget pill is structured in a way so that this actually displays and does not, and that you fix the current UI issue that you can easily identify by the image. Blackwell, good morning. How's it going? Okay, so let's now submit BridgeVoice here to this is Claude Code Max. This is Max. If I go over here. Yeah, I am using Fastword Whisper. The OpenClaw agents, I think that OpenClaw is a little bit of a bust. I tried. You know, the biggest reason that I did get the Mac Minis was when OpenClaw came out, what I saw was the computer use. That's what I'm a little bit more interested in than OpenClaw. Like, to me, I think that OpenClaw is a little bit overhyped. I will say, though, personal computer from Perplexity does seem more interesting to me than OpenClaw. So if you guys haven't seen this, I'm on the wait list. I haven't yet received access, but you guys can see if you haven't seen it. Personal computer from Perplexity is now coming out, and they actually recommend that you get a Mac Mini for it and that you use it on a Mac Mini. I was interested in that for sure. But what I see there is that personal, like, computer use is coming, where you're just going to be able to have this set up. All right, hold on here. But yeah, definitely interesting there. Okay, so updates coming in here. Voice. Hello there. Underground said I got it on my Perplexity Pro. Nice. That's awesome. Let me check to see. You got personal computer? Is it personal computer or it's just normal computer? I'll check to see if I got it. Yeah, I don't have anything yet, unfortunately. DJ Vision, yeah. Minisbub said, I was thinking about setting up some OpenClaw agents to automate some parts of my business. You don't recommend it? It just depends, right? Like, it depends on what parts of the business you need to automate. I just do think it's overhyped. I think that the concept of OpenClaw is definitely good. I think that obviously there's a reason that it, took off. But I mean, like, people have definitely overhyped it on social media. And unfortunately, that's just kind of like what I've come to discover. I'm like, yeah, people just overhyped it. I tried to get things going and to to really put it to the test for you guys, but honestly, like, it's just not that good. Like, just straight up, it's not that good. So okay, so we're almost there. So a lot of improvements to BridgeVoice as well, if you guys haven't seen this. We now have the ability to add instructions, as well as the ability to auto-detect for your dictionary. Auto-detect. And that's very, like, beta there. So it's going to improve. Underground side, I didn't even touch it. It may be Perplexity. Is it Perplexity Computer or is it Perplexity Personal Computer? Like, did you set it up on a Mac Mini or did you set it up on, or is it just like native with the app? Computer, yeah. Computer is native. For the personal computer, there's a waitlist for it, and it's completely different. Personal computer is completely different than Perplexity Computer. I will say, though, that Perplexity Max Planning goes fast. It goes quick. I already spent through like 20%. Okay, so we're adding in the local mode. We're on a VPN, so unless I close down the VPN, I can't use Grock, unfortunately. I mean, I may as well just come off the VPN. We'll just use local. We'll use local. And then once we integrate voice, we're going to integrate a mechanism where, based off of the prompt, it's going to go through another set of, it's going to go through something else that makes it so that it'll improve the prompt for prompt engineering purposes. You guys see what I mean? So we'll be able to basically talk to it. Watch this. This is a quick test. I don't think that this is going to work, but let's try it. Yeah. So the transcription failed because Grock, I can't use Grock right now locally. What's your suggestion about the API? Okay. Okay, so it says that it's done, so let's go over to settings here. BridgeVoice. Okay, so I'm in cloud, so let's switch over to local. Failed to switch transcription mode. There we go. Okay, so we are now in this mode. Let's now go, let's see if we can actually use this now. So let's just launch this, launch one Claude instance. Oh, yeah, DJ Vision, yeah. I forgot your RPK. Yeah, I have given it some thought. I think I'm gonna integrate it, but it's gonna be, there's a couple more steps to get there first, right? Like even just adding this voice functionality is important. So this is the big moment. Let's see. I need you to do an in-depth review of the code base. It's loading. Okay. Okay, I'm getting frustrated. This is a quick test of BridgeVoice. I don't think that it works, but let's see. Okay, I think I'm just gonna need to come off this VPN so that we can test the Grock transcription model. So this is gonna end the stream on some platforms, but hopefully not YouTube. Let's see. And so now we're able to use the cloud transcription model. So let's change this over here. So this is going to use cloud transcription, and let's just test this real quick inside of, so if I go over here to settings, what you guys are going to see is I can now change to cloud, which supports 99 plus languages. So that, and honestly, this is probably a better way to use it than local in my opinion. So let's now test this. This is a quick test of the Grock transcription. It should now work. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this does now work. So this is the Grock transcription. The latency, like for example, Bridgemind, BridgeSpace, BridgeSwarm. It's more accurate for sure when you're using Grock because it's not a local model, right? So the issue that we were having is that sometimes for people that use, let's say, Windows machines, it's not as good. But you guys can see that that is now working. And it is pretty fast. Yeah, it's not as fast as the local transcription model, like on Mac, but the issue that we were having is that with Metal, it's definitely not as fast. So let's now test it here. This is a quick test of BridgeVoice with Grock transcription instead of the local model. Okay, so that was way faster. That was way faster. And now what I want to do is this is going to be a quick fix. Great work. It does now work. Now I need you to implement the functionality so that when users are using the voice mode inside of BridgeSpace, that the spoken text gets automatically pasted into whatever terminal they have active. So what I've found is that Grock is, way more accurate than the local transcription. It's not as fast, but the thing is that it's that accuracy is just such a significant improvement that you know, I think that it is better. This is so annoying. Oh my gosh. So let's just remove this. It's not gonna work. It's this, isn't it? It just doesn't work. Okay, I'm tired of this not working. Let's just completely remove the modal that displays there, and let's just have there be text that say a new suggestion was added to your dictionary, or something that's super simple and concise like that. But remove the modal since we can't get the styling right. We'll add that. That's not needed. So, I mean, Grock, you guys can see it's pretty fast. We'll see how fast it ends up being once it's actually in the API, right? Like, we may have to split this up into a microservice. We'll see. The verdict's still out on that. Okay, so you can see the output mode was clipboard. Now it's going to switch to the active terminal. And then what we're going to do is we're going to implement functionality for it, not only to transcribe the voice, but there's going to be functionality where by the click of a button, you're going to be able to turn your transcription into an actual like system prompt. So we'll see here in a minute how that's able to do, but definitely I think it'll add a lot of value. Let's see. This is a quick test. So still copying to clipboard, but that update's still implemented. No, it's not. Okay. Pull up settings, BridgeVoice, clipboard, terminal. Okay, perfect. So that's now changed to terminal. Let's see what it does now. This is a quick test of BridgeVoice inside of BridgeSpace to see if it pastes into my terminal. There we go. All right, we got it. Let's go. Okay, that's sick. Okay, so based off of the active terminal that you have, it's gonna paste it in there. So let's just launch 3 more panes. Launch Claude in both. And then now we're cooking, chat. Now we're cooking. So we had to work through some errors here. This is a quick test to see if this copy that I'm speaking is pasted into the correct terminal. Let's go. That's very nice. Okay, so we just got this to work. So now the next step this is a quick test to see what happens when I talk to BridgeVoice and see where it gets pasted. Okay, this is actually really nice, guys. Yeah, Kaz, the grind never stops. Okay, so the next update to make, okay, and this, you guys, I really want you guys to understand this. And I'll even show you guys a really good visual representation, because this is going to be a new concept that no other product has. So I'm going to show this to you. I don't know, the concept is good. But we'll see what it actually looks like once you put it into practice. So let's pull this up here. And I want to show you guys something really interesting. So if you guys look here, you'll see that, look at my latest thumbnails, okay? You guys see my latest thumbnails? So I started using prompt engineering for my thumbnails like 5 videos ago. So after this video, then I started using better prompt engineering tactics. And you guys can see, like, yeah, the quality of my thumbnails went up a lot, and you kind of visually see it, right? And I think that one thing that vibe coders miss out on is that we're trying our best. Like, as vibe coders, a lot of vibe coders, they're less technical, and you know, a lot of the times we're speaking what we want into the AI, right? So we're talking using Whisper Flow or using BridgeVoice, and we're saying, I want you to do this, I want you to fix it, here's my problem, right? And then the AI is able to take that in as the prompt and then process it, right? And it's able to then intuitively think. But what I want to do inside of BridgeSpace, a feature that's going to be incredibly impactful and differentiating, is if we make a feature where you're able to speak a prompt, and there's a certain mode that you can activate where it'll take the transcription, and then before actually submitting a prompt, it'll be able to basically implement best practices for prompt engineering to then submit that prompt in, if that makes sense. I have to go to a wedding today, so there's a video here you can see that's premiering at 10 a.m. I'm gonna stream until 10 a.m. and then you guys can watch this video. The video is why I spend $1,100 a month on AI. I rank the best AI tools, so it's a really good video. But this is the next task, and the main mission of this stream is we now have this working very well. So let's just test again. This is a quick test to show that this perfectly works in BridgeSpace. BridgeVoice is now fully integrated into BridgeSpace. All right, so you guys can see it's working very, very well here. So now it's time to go to the next level, and we're gonna have to probably integrate OpenRouter or something of that nature. This is a quick test to see if BridgeVoice is working actively, just a quick test. Okay, so now what I wanna do, guys, this is gonna be really, really interesting, okay? So let's run Claude, and there's gonna be, let's drop in BridgeSpace Tari, and then we're gonna drop in the API, okay? I need your help in implementing new functionality. What if you say in Terminal 4, then you would need to add numbers at the top? Yeah, I really like what you're thinking, DJ Vision, because basically what your idea is like, hey, make this like a complete interactable interface where you can use AI for everything. Like, I'm totally with you on that. I think that things do go one step at a time, right? So even to get to that, right, we just had to build the voice functionality, which we just finished. How long did that take? We've been streaming for less than 2 hours, and we finally got voice functionality integrated. So I'm happy about that. I need you to do a quick review of the voice functionality in BridgeSpace Tari. I need your help in implementing a new prompt engineering feature that we will brand as Bridge Prompt. Bridge Prompt is going to be a toggle that can be turned on, where once it's turned on, after you speak your transcript into the AI, there needs to be functionality where it will take your transcription, and then based off of the directory that terminal workspace is in, it will basically be able to it will use AI to take the prompt and then actually do prompt engineering best practices. So we need to integrate OpenRouter into BridgeSpace and into the Bridgemind API so that BridgeSpace has access to OpenRouter so that it will be able to take the transcription that the user spoke into the voice mode and then be able to implement a system prompt by doing a context lookup in the directory. So it needs to be able to read files very quickly and be able to grep and pull in things that will be very important. So this is such a bad prompt. But do you guys see what I'm trying to do here? Is BridgeVoice ready for Windows yet? Yeah, so I did. So this is actually one of the reasons. So shout out to Ultima, because this is one of the reasons that I actually implemented. There's a new settings here. So local models don't really work on like non-performant computers, including Windows. So on local, if I'm using local and I have BridgeVoice on local mode, first of all, it can only transcribe English. Second of all, on my PC has 96 gigabytes of RAM, okay? So when I have it on local and I have it on like base English, the transcription time is near immediate. But the problem is that for users that are using BridgeVoice on Windows or on less, less powerful computers, it's slower, right? Like literally 10 seconds per transcript, right? So that's why we've integrated cloud mode. So this is going to be faster and have access to 99 plus languages. So I need you to now do an in-depth review of how we could implement a feature like this, where once it's toggled on, based off of the directory that the user is in, it will take the spoken prompt and then enhance that prompt to be a system prompt that is actually technically sound with the context of the code base. I want to use OpenRouter to do this, and a really fast model for this? Let's just launch Chrome real quick. So I think that the best model to use for this is going to be probably, what's like a super fast model? Is it going to be NVIDIA Nemotron 3? Let's try it, honestly. This is an insanely fast model, guys. Like, if you don't know, okay, this is actually such a good idea. Okay, chat, so this is what we're going to do. So NVIDIA Nemotron 3, first of all, it's free. Second of all, there will be a Sunday download tomorrow. I haven't done one in a couple weeks just because I've been busy, but I will do one tomorrow. So look, the speed is 424 tokens per second, and it's free, and it's available in OpenRouter. So I think we'll use this for the lookup here. This is a really good idea. I need you to review my request, create a structured plan. Okay, so we're gonna put this in plan mode. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so sick. Yeah. All right, hold on, guys. So this is gonna plan for a little bit. This is like the whole point of this stream. And usually I don't stream on Saturdays, but guys, let's do a quick check of MRR. Revenue at Bridgemind is going through the roof. You know, we have plenty of things that we still need to work on, but remember, the goals over the next 90 days are we're gonna get to $10,000 a month in MRR. But let's take a quick look at MRR. And I will say, you know, this is not the only revenue that Bridgemind is making. So MRR currently is 2,266. ARR, or annual recurring revenue, is 27,000 for Bridgemind only, right? Like, this is not the only money that we make, but things are going up. And, you know, I expect that by the end of March, my goal has been 3,000. So get to $3,000 in MRR by the end of March. And then by the end of April, I want to get to 7,000, okay? So thank you, guys. How are you using voice to prompt? So this is a big feature. I'm using BridgeVoice. So with a Bridgemind Pro plan, you get access to BridgeVoice, and there are significant updates coming to BridgeVoice in the next update. So I'm really excited for that. But with that being said, guys, let me go grab a cup of coffee. This is a super important agent that's running right now. I'll let this run. I'll be right back. It'll take about 3 minutes for me to get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I'll be back. The sunrise is beautiful this morning. Oh, okay, Tyberry, thank you. Free models have a 20 requests per minute limit. You would hit it super fast. Try GPT OSS 120 through Cerebus. Well, let's just first let's just like get a working implementation. If we can get a working implementation, that would be huge. Okay, so that's going to be the kind of the first step, is can we get a working implementation of this feature? Which, you know, I think that one perspective that I do have now, you know, I've been doing this for 148 days. is the biggest part of anything. If you're a software developer or an entrepreneur, it's going to be the marketing, right? Like you can build any product that you want. It's not going to market itself. Okay, chat. Like, I think that people, and even like on my first business and my second startup, marketing was the biggest challenges, right? And I think that, when I started Bridgemind, I took 6 months off between my last startup and company and then this in Bridgemind, right? So I took 6 months off because I really wanted to decide, okay, what is it that I want to do? And am I going to have the staying power to be able to get through all the ups and downs that it takes to succeed in another business, right? Like I'm not really in this for the money at this point. I'm in it for, to have something in my life that I can wake up every day and really feel passionate about. I think that, I actually talked to somebody recently that basically said, they had the money and they just said, I want something where I can wake up and be excited to work every day. And I think that ultimately is like one of the biggest things that people aspire to have, is just the ability to wake up and be excited to work on something really cool. So, I think that that's what I have with Bridgemind. And, the marketing piece with Bridgemind has really solved itself in a lot of ways. With 54,000 subscribers, that's a lot. I've got 23,000 followers on X, that's a lot. And we're just getting started, like 8 months. I mean, Bridgemind is really in its like infancy stage. It's literally 8 months old, guys. And, we've only had these Bridgemind products on the market BridgeSpace has been on the market for less than a week, right? And Bridgemind in general, we launched initially just with an MCP to get some initial revenue going and some traction. But that was 30 days ago. And, we're already went from 0 to 2,266 in MRR in less than 30 days. And the features, for example, like when I think about like, okay, like what features can you demo, and what features are very marketable, right? Is you need to be thinking about features and stuff, not as like, oh, I'm going to build all these features, but you literally need to think about, what is it going to look like when I go to market this? How can I market this? And, I, for example, like with this feature right here that we're building today, building prompt engineering into BridgeSpace, here's my vision. So we just built this, right? And what you guys can see is BridgeVoice, the same mechanism here, which is BridgeVoice is great because, hey, this allows you to have global voice to text, right? This is great. This is needed in 2026. If you don't have a voice to text tool, I don't know what you're doing. But one thing that I want to show you guys is we just built this natively into BridgeSpace so that you don't have to download 2 DMGs or 2 exe files and like have 2 separate apps running, right? Like I just made this so that it's now right over here, and all I have to do is I can just, do my shortcut. This is a quick test to preview and demo that BridgeVoice is now inside of BridgeSpace. So it's now in BridgeSpace natively, right? And what we're now going to do is we're going to build a step further so that you never have to prompt again, and that your prompts are going to have the context of your code base, and we're going to significantly improve prompt engineering into BridgeSpace. Nobody else is doing this, okay? And what is really needed is like, hey, a large limiting factor that a lot of people have is that they don't know how to prompt, right? They don't know how to prompt, they don't know how to, and like, let's take an example of like, in any given day, I'll probably submit, maybe 200 to 500 prompts into Claude, right? So here's the plan. I'm just going to have it continue. I think that it'll, we'll just, my biggest thing is I let the AI kind of take what I want and I just build it, and then I iterate it and I get it working, right? Like that's usually my go-to vibe coding workflow. And I'm going to make a video on this here soon, because another thing that's pretty cool about Bridgemind is that the YouTube videos now are very important. They're just as important as the live streams in a lot of ways for marketing purposes, right? Like a lot of the live streams now, it's like, hey, you got 172 people watching. It's 7 a.m. on a Saturday. It's kind of outside my normal stream time, but there are things coming where I've got cards that I'm going to be playing with Bridgemind for marketing purposes, where there's one particular strategy that I kind of am referencing now. I'm not going to share it, but there's one card that I have to play that's going to make Bridgemind go insanely viral. Technically, it's 2 cards. It's like it's one in the same card, but there's going to be 2 of them. And people don't even see it yet, right? Where like I have things planned that people don't see, and I'm like, yeah, Bridgemind is, 2,266 MRR. We're building this suite of agentic coding tools. We're building a platform for agentic coding, and right now the MRR is like, and the MRR and revenue is so low, like in the grand scheme of things. When I think about having 45,000 in revenue, first of all, usually startups don't even have revenue for like the first 6 months to a year. So the fact that we're already at the revenue that we're at, I feel very comfortable about. When I first started, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a year to see if this works. We're not even close to being a year in, right? And I feel very good about that. Okay, so it looks like you can see the bridge prompt. So it's calling it bridge prompt. So we'll see here. But there's a particular card that I can play that will get us to probably about $20,000 a month in MRR. But that's a card that I'm saving to play until we're actually ready to see some until we have some of the kinks worked out, some of the initial bugs, and then I'll play this card, and it'll probably send Bridgemind to the moon. But there's a time for everything. Nice. Okay, I do need to get an open router key, so gonna grab that real quick. Okay. I do have an API key, so let me just launch real quick. Put this in my API. Kat said that he's building a little learning platform for his fellow classmates just because I'm bored. Nice, man. Let's go. Okay, open router, API key going in. Perfect. Bum said that he's building an online platform game based on trust MRR data. Let's go, man. Let's keep on grinding, chat. Also, guys, MRR just went up a little bit more, 2,286 now. And I think by the end of today, it'll probably pass 2,500, which will be good. But then this upcoming week is going to be a really important week because, I think we could get to 3,000 this week, guys. I know that I said by the end of the month, but I think it's possible that we could get there this week, depending on how much churn we have. It just depends. It just depends. It depends. It's literally all dependent on marketing. It's so dependent on marketing, chat. Like, I mean, NVIDIA Nemotron, it goes at 424 tokens per second, right? On intelligence, though, I'm interested to see how intelligent this model is. Let's add it to the list. Nemotron. It's this one here, right? I mean, that's pretty good for a model that is that fast. So it's comparable with Claude 4.5 Haiku. DJ Visions asked how many views did the X post get. The promotion never started on X. I don't know why, but the promotion just never started on X. I will say, though, the promotion on YouTube did very well, and that video did very well in general. So the amount, I mean, we just made a ton of money this week. Yeah, last week was the best week for Bridgemind. I mean, it's Saturday morning. Just making a little bit of progress on the weekend here. I have to go to a wedding. I'm literally, look at this. I'm in khakis right now. I never wear khakis. Check this out. I'm in khakis. I am wearing khakis. This is the wedding fit. I don't know. I don't know the last time I was even at a wedding. It's not my wedding, but yeah, I think I'm gonna bring back streaming on the weekend, just in the mornings. Like, I know this is a weird time to stream for a lot of people. Like, I don't typically stream at this time, so my views are down, right? We've got 177 people watching, so I have to be thankful for that. But typically, I feel like my average is like 300 now. But guys, one thing I want to draw your attention to is, like, look at the NVIDIA Nemotron Nano. Obviously, that's the Nano, right? But 8 here, and then here, I mean, NVIDIA Nemotron 3 is outperforming Grock 4.1 fast, which is like, that's pretty crazy. Kerr, how's it going, man? Good morning. Kerr, I got something to show you, man. This is pretty cool. MRR here, going through the roof. Look at even like the last week. The chart on the last week looks pretty cool. 54%. So MRR increased 54% in the last 7 days. And here's the jump. And there's going to be another jump today because we have a bunch of trials that will convert today. So I feel just really good about where we're at. My goal for the end of March is 3,000. The end of May, I want to be at 10,000. But I think that we could beat it, honestly. I have a couple cards that I want to play. Super Combo Gamers here. How's it going, man? Good morning. What's my opinion on lab-grown diamonds? I mean, I personally will not get my fiance at some point, or my wife, lab grown, but I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. Okay, so files modified, here it is. Are we ready to test this? So guys, if you guys are just joining us, I have so many improvements to both BridgeVoice and BridgeSpace. I had to take yesterday off from the stream to be able to get some of this stuff done. I have an awesome video coming out at it's already up and running. Would you test this? Okay, so guys, this is such a cool feature. So first of all, opinions on 1 million context. I haven't noticed a huge difference yet. I have it in max mode. This is like the first test that I've done in max mode on a particular feature, but check this out. So this is a new feature in BridgeSpace. So this is what I've done in the last 2 hours this morning. So if you look up here, you can see that there's voice. Okay, BridgeVoice is now inside of BridgeSpace natively. And there's something pretty cool that I want to show you guys with this. So we'll see. I think I have to toggle this setting on, right? So if we go over to settings and we go to BridgeVoice here, there's now a new setting, bridge prompt. So enhanced voice transcriptions into detailed context-aware prompts using AI. It gathers code-based context from your workspace directory. So I'm assuming this is not going to be a one-shot. We'll see if it is, but I just turned this on, and I also did turn on cloud transcription, and then the output, you can either have it copied to clipboard or just have it in your terminal. We have it in our terminal, but let's test this, chat. So hold on, this is going to be really, really interesting. So let's try this. Let's cd into Bridgemind UI, and let's run Claude. We'll see here. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll see. I need you to do an in-depth review of the SEO and help me improve the SEO of the project to make sure that it's consistent. Oh, okay. Okay, 503. Why did I get a 503? All right, let's check out why I got that error. Wait, which is it? Workspace 11? Wait, where's that workspace, chat? This one here. I got a 503 error. Here are the logs. What happened? Super Combo said I had max think for 30 minutes before writing a single file or anything before. Yeah, I mean, max think. I mean, it's so far. It's good. This is it right here. Oh, it's not set. Oh. Duh. I need to restart this so that it actually loads. Oops. Awaria said, good morning, just woke up, let's go. I've been grinding for 2 hours, you guys gotta catch up. All right, so now we can test this. Fingers crossed, chat. So we're gonna do the same thing. So this is what I'm calling bridge prompt. Yeah. I need you to do an in-depth review of the SEO in the website and help me significantly improve the SEO. So it's gonna take my prompt and it's gonna enhance it with code base context. So we'll see if it actually does it. We'll see. It says that it's enhancing. If this works, it's gonna be so sick. Okay. It did not enhance it. It literally just pasted that in. Okay, I restarted it and now it works, but please note that I gave it a prompt, right? Like I spoke a prompt in, and it said enhancing, and then it said that it enhanced it, but it literally just pasted in the same prompt that I spoke into it. Yeah, so Kurt said, so it rewrites your prompt into a better prompt. Yeah, so what it'll do, and this is an idea that I got from, like I want to show you guys like an example, which is pretty interesting, kind of what gave me the idea. So check this out. So if you guys look at my channel, right, first of all, there is a video that's premiering right at the end of this stream. This one right here, it's premiering at 10 a.m. So I'm gonna be streaming for about another 2 hours, close to that. But look at my thumbnails, okay? If you guys notice, I started significantly improving my thumbnails. You can see here that like this is when I started to use this technique. And my impressions and click rate increased from about 5.5% to like 10%. So my click rate increased significantly for Bridgemind. And the way that I started doing this is I started using Claude to write the prompts for me. Like as somebody that's, you know, writing prompts, we cannot write prompts better than AI can write system prompts. Like I'm not gonna speak a prompt into AI that is this good, right? Like look at this prompt that it created for this thumbnail. Like background, pure black, on the right half behind the receipt card, a deep amber orange radial glow, FF6 BOO at 18% capacity. You know, it's like system prompts are incredibly important, and the creator, young man, brown hair, sharp jawline. But you know, I can't write prompts this good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm now taking the same, concept, and I'm bringing it into BridgeSpace, and we're basically empowering BridgeSpace so that it has code-based context. And we'll see here. So let's CD into our desktop, and then let's CD into Bridgemind, and let's CD into Bridgemind UI. And we're just gonna launch, one Claude agent here. And what I want to do is I want to be able to talk to it and then have it be able to do a quick lookup on the code base and then be able to significantly enhance the prompt. So let's see here, let's try this again. It said Claude Code said that it fixed it. I want you to review the project and significantly improve the SEO with best practices. So let's see if it's supposed to take this prompt, do a look at the code base, and then significantly improve the prompts. Minnie said 6'5" Blue. I am not 6'5", just so you guys know. FYH said, I'm a beginner who wants to learn vibe coding and build real products. Could you please explain the best roadmap from starting as a beginner to deploying a project? What should I learn first? Whoa, okay, so it did paste in some text. Let's see what this text was. Okay, nice. Okay, so it did work. Wow. Let's go, chat. All right, that's definitely better. All right, so look at this, guys. It literally said, review the Next.js project to audit current. This is so good. Okay, so do you guys see what it did? This is so sick. So literally what it did here, I want to draw your guys' attention to a few things. So do you guys see the prompt that it submitted? We'll improve the system prompt for this, but I didn't say any of this, right? Like what happened was it literally took BridgeVoice is able to, this is so sick. It was able to take it and then improve the prompt. So let's try it with another example here. So let's try the Bridgemind API, right? And let's do this again. So let's launch Claude. And then we'll use BridgeVoice. I need you to significantly improve the security of the application. So enhancing, let's see how long it takes. So like I mean, guys, that's pretty fast. Oh, but it says the Next.js application. That's not right. So, okay, here's one error that we're gonna need to fix. And I don't even want to do this. I don't even want to do this. It's not needed. Take a quick look at the screenshot, and what you'll notice is that I had this in the Bridgemind API, which is a nest.js project, but it incorrectly did the prompt enhancement on the Next.js project. Why did this happen? Kerr said I'll run snitch. I'm not even kidding. You know that has happened to me before, where I said improve the security and it ran snitch automatically. Yeah, sir, you can DM me on Discord, yeah. All right, let's do a quick MRR check. This is gonna like go way up today. 2,500, easy. All right, 2,286. AR is at 27,432. I'm gonna start showing this to you guys more because this is like the main goal. You know, the goal of this series is to vibe code and off until I make $1 million. Bridgemind as a company is worth more than $1 million now. I am gonna be looking for funding and like initial valuations. Like right now, the company is valued probably around $3 million. So I feel good about where we're at in terms of just like, hey, early on revenue growth. I have a very good card that I'm going to be playing like within the next 90 days. But in order to play this card, I do need to get to like $10,000 a month in MRR. But you know, it's interesting because Bridgemind, like technically vibe coding an app until I make $1 million. Like I could sell Bridgemind for for quite a lot of money now. I don't want to, but yeah, I think that the initial, like when we do raise our initial, so we're gonna do like technically I've already done a pre-seed round, so I'm gonna do a seed round and then I'll do a series A. But I have decided that, hey, like once we get to $10,000 a month MRR, it's probably time to start, maybe even a little bit before that, to start to raise some money, because I don't think that I'm gonna get axed when it comes to equity. I'm very, very I pay a lot of attention to my equity. In my last company, I gave up 55% equity. Not a good thing to do. So it's gonna be different with this one. And like one of the reasons that I, you know, haven't raised money is because I don't want to get axed, and you will get axed if you raise money too soon. So. Kerr, what do you mean? Kind of sounds like you want to. No, I don't think that the main marketing is going to be live streaming for forever. This is like one thing that I'm noticing. The live streaming is like obviously huge, but like one really interesting thing that I found with the live streaming is that live streaming is not the main revenue driver. Bandfront said, just stay smart, you're doing it right. Thank you, man, I appreciate it. So like my I don't know, we'll see when we cross that road. Like we will see like when we cross it, right? All right, let's see if this works now. So let's do Command D, launch another workspace, and I'm going to CD into the API, and then we're going to test this again. And this is a highly demoable feature. I'm going to do like a big launch for this. I'm going to like officially launch BridgeVoice. Okay, let's test this out now. So you guys can see this is a new feature that I built this morning. I've been live streaming for just a little bit over 2 hours now. So check out this new feature. So BridgeVoice is now in BridgeSpace, so that you don't have to launch, you know, BridgeVoice and BridgeSpace. It's now included. And watch this, guys. I want you to do an in-depth review and improve the security of the application. So let's make sure that it does this. But what it's going to do here, you guys are going to see, is it's going to enhance the prompt. So you see how it's saying enhancing? Okay, that did not work. review the screenshot and note that we have the same error again now where it didn't actually enhance my prompt. Why did this happen? You can see that the prompt that it received was the same one that I spoke into it. It didn't actually enhance it. Review this and improve it. Opus 1 million context is my spirit animal. Current infra, so Nest on the API, Next for the front ends, a lot of Tari. So this is Tari. BridgeVoice is Tari. Rust. It's funny how as an agentic coder, you don't like literally the language that I speak, like the best coding language that I speak is English, and you just don't have to write code anymore. So it's very nice. No, I'm telling you, I did test it and it submitted the same prompt that I spoke in. Yannick said, I'm building a language learning app with Claude. Which payment provider would you recommend for creating a subscription model? Revenue Cat is pretty good for apps because it lets you set up very easily the Google and iOS support. I do not envy you on figuring that out. That's a hard thing to figure out, but I think that the AI models are better now and they will help you get it figured out, but definitely probably Revenue Cat's what I use for apps. Bandfront said it's noticeably different on 1 million in context. I haven't noticed a ton yet. Yeah, English is for sure the new coding language, 100%, yeah. Kerr said, do you read the code though? I do not. You don't need to anymore. I can't wait for the next iteration of models. It's gonna be insane. Also, guys, we've got 190 people watching. If you guys have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I've got a video coming out right after this live stream ends. Right now, we've got 117 likes, only 190 people watching with only 117 likes. So if you guys haven't already, let's get it up there. Should I make a profile auth for my Mac app or just Lemon Squeezy key auth? I've never used Lemon Squeezy, so I couldn't give you that great. I have seen other companies like Screen Studio, I think, uses Lemon Squeezy. So there's definitely good options there, but I haven't used it. Okay. Will Snitch check my Equifax score? That's fine. What do you guys think about the early morning streams? I kind of like them better. I think they fit in my life a little bit better. I don't know. I just don't know if I'm really a fan of, like, you know, streaming in the middle. Like, I'll stream in the like, I didn't say anything there, but I definitely do notice that I like streaming at, like, starting at 5 a.m. more. Next week I could perceive doing, like, and let me know, chat, let me know what you guys think. Next week I'm considering literally just doing, like, 8-hour streams that start at 5 a.m., right? And the issue is that, like, for example, if the stream starts at, let's say it starts at 10:30, right? If I do an 8-hour stream, I'm gonna be streaming till 6:30 p.m., right? And I have things in my life that, like, I want to do other than just, like, stream. Okay, it says that this does work. Create a viral X post for this based off of this screenshot and the content above. Use the keyword Claude Code, Claude Opus 4.6. The BridgeVoice improvement with the new Claude model, the Claude model with Grock, this is actually significantly better. Eeper said they were very chill. Nod, I didn't mean to take your spot, man. Okay, so it said that this fixed it, so let's just give this a quick test. So let's launch this. Okay, then let's do this. Oh, wait, hold up. I want to CD into Bridgemind API. And so what this is supposed to do is when I speak the prompt into it, it's going to use Nemotron to be able to actually enhance it. I want you to do an in-depth security analysis of the application. So it's going to enhance it. So there's something I can turn on to enhance the prompt. So you can see enhancing prompt with AI, right? So it's going to be able to write a system prompt. Let's see what it does. It's still not. It was just working a second ago. It still didn't work. It pasted in the exact same prompt that I gave it. Would you improve the console logging so that we can debug this? Yeah. Oh, Pony Alpha 2 is out? Is it out in Open Router? It's not out in Open Router. Where is Pony Alpha 2? No, it doesn't, well, it technically is using OpenAI, but it's using Grock for the speed. You know, I thought that I would give up, and we'll see what it looks like once it's actually in production. But what I see now is that, yeah, it's significantly better than like the local Whisper model. The local Whisper model will make tons of mistakes. Okay, so I did just improve the logging here. So check this out, chat. So let's go here. I need you to do an in-depth review of the code base. Oh wait, hold up. This is. Oh wait, hold up. Nope. I want chill music. Just chill lo-fi music. Okay, so you guys can see it's not working. It was working a second ago, so I know that we can get it working. Let's see here what happened. Oh, here we are. It just didn't, yeah, it didn't work. Here are the logs. Can you see why this is not working? And so one thing that I do want to say is that I don't want to remove BridgeVoice, because BridgeVoice is incredibly useful. This is going to be one of the best voice-to-text tools on the market because nobody is really doing this. Nobody is offering local on device or cloud, right? And we're offering both. So we're offering cloud and we're offering local. We also, in the next update of BridgeVoice, I have the ability to auto-detect words that will be added to your dictionary. So you can see here that this needs some improvement because literally like right now it's just like capitalizing stuff. Let's actually fix this issue here. You guys see this? It's like, it was actually working better earlier. I don't know what was going on. But auto-detected, it's literally just capitalizing them. Let's fix this. Oops. I need you to do an in-depth review of the screenshot from BridgeVoice and note that for the auto detection, for some reason, it's not working as intended. As you can see, it's basically just capitalizing the word. It's not actually auto detecting words that should be added to the dictionary. It's just basically making useless auto detections and suggestions. We need to improve the functionality for this, review the functionality for auto detection in complete depth, and significantly improve the functionality so it no longer does this, but actually is useful. Yeah, Whisperflow is fast, but I don't even think Whisperflow is that fast, to be honest. Okay, so let's see if this works. So it did say that it just fixed this. API is restarted. So let's go over here and put this to the test. I need you to do an in-depth review of the application and come back with a complete summary. Oh, server error. Review the 500 error that I got this time and fix. So if you guys are just tuning in, we've got 198 people watching. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Showing up early for you guys. But what we're doing is we now have built in this stream, the first step was for us to actually build in the ability for us to integrate BridgeVoice into BridgeSpace. So you guys can see this BridgeVoice up here. We built that this morning so far in this stream. BridgeVoice over here. You can, do the same thing. If we go to our settings, there's one really cool thing that we're now working on. So you can see here, BridgeVoice, so enable BridgeVoice. You can now enable or disable BridgeVoice if you want inside of BridgeSpace. Same thing, you do the hotkeys for push to talk or to toggle your recording. You set the transcription mode. So this is a new deployment that's shipping inside of BridgeVoice, which is the transcription mode. So BridgeVoice is the first company to bring the option for you to either choose between on-device Whisper or cloud transcription. So the cloud transcription is more accurate. It supports over 100 languages, and local only supports English, but it's incredibly fast, but it's a little bit less accurate, right? So there's a trade-off there, and we're gonna let you choose. But there's also now, you choose the output. So literally, like when I'm using BridgeSpace, let's open up a new terminal and I'll show you guys. Let's launch 6 sessions here, but this is really cool. So we just built this. So let me toggle off bridge prompt, and then I'll show you guys bridge prompt as well here in a second. But let's toggle off bridge prompt for now. But this is what we're working on. But check this out. So now, if I'm in here, I want you to do an in-depth review of the project and come back to me with a complete summary. So that's going to, just like based off of whatever terminal I'm in, right? I need you to review this in complete depth. It's going to paste that in. I need you to review this and come back to me with a complete analysis. So it's very, very accurate, it's very fast, and whatever terminal or workspace you're clicked into, it's going to submit that prompt. CD, Bridgemind UI. Let's just see if that works now. It would be cool if you could do terminal commands, right? Kerr said, Opus isn't ever good at front end. You have to build it section by section and give it lots of pictures. Yeah, that is true. Tideberry says that he's having trouble with Opus 4.6 ever since they defaulted to 1 million. Context, yeah. Okay, so check this out. So now we do have the ability to do that, right? But what we're working on now, and we're going to be live for another hour and a half, then I have to go to a wedding. But let's go to bridge prompt. So if I toggle this on, what this does is when you enable this, what this does is, let's go back over to the workspace here and let's try this out. Let's check if Claude's working. It was throwing 500 errors. It should work now. Let's test. I want you to do an in-depth summary of the code base and come back to me with a complete summary. So you guys are going to see, do you see how it says enhancing? So it's giving us 503 errors. Why are we getting 503 errors right now? Oh. It switched to a different model. I don't want it to use that. Oh. Hold up here. Okay, let's try a different model, okay? Let's try this with like Gemini 3 Flash, and maybe it will be good. Let's try Gemini 3 Flash. Wait, what? When did this come out? Gemini 3.1 Flash Lite preview? I didn't even know that this was out. Let's use this. Let's switch it to this model. Let's try this. How's the new feature going? Drew, it's working really well. So we do have BridgeVoice now built into BridgeSpace, and now we're working on the prompt engineering feature, where literally it takes your prompt based off of whatever directory you're in, it does a quick grep of the code base, and then it's able to write a system prompt for you. So let's try this now. Dismiss. Do an in-depth analysis of the code base and come back to me with a complete summary. Enhancing, last time, there we go. Oh my gosh, that was insanely fast. Okay, that was insane. Okay, that is so sick, chat. Okay, did you guys see how fast that was? Oh my gosh. All right, so check this out, guys. So let's now CD into Bridgemind API and test this out. And let's launch Claude. Oh, oops. I need you to do an in-depth analysis of the API and do a complete security vulnerability report. So it's enhancing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, this is insane, chat. This is literally insane. This is insane. It literally enhances your prompt off of a 10-second lookup of the code base. This is so badass. Okay. Okay. We did it. We did it. Prompt engineering is now built into BridgeSpace. This is sick. So this is going to be a really good feature that we're going to be pushing hard this week. Like, the way that I'm looking at it is MRR is going through the roof, and the marketing strategy is working. And the marketing strategy, like, I'm sure that you guys have noticed this, but I've started to get a little bit more serious about like YouTube videos. I've started to get a little bit more serious on stream. I've started to get more serious in the Discord. And the reason I'm getting a little bit more serious is because things are really starting to take off. And I think that by the end of this week, we could actually get to 3,000 in MRR, which would be a 300% improvement month over month. I'm going to show you guys the Stripe dashboard real quick, just so that everybody's in the know. And I'm going to start sharing like daily revenue and stuff like from the Stripe dashboard, because like the revenue counter is like, it includes everything from Bridgemind, right? There's a ton of ways that we're currently like generating revenue. And, oh wow, did this go up or down? What was it? Okay, it went down a little bit. So there was a little bit of churn. We just had some churn. We had $30 worth of churn. But we're at 2,236. And my goal for the end of this week, and I'll do a, whatever it's called. It's a Sunday download. But this should get over 2,500 today, because we have a ton of free trials that are ending today that will convert. So we'll see here. But I think that by the end of this week, we get to 3,000, but I need to do a really good job promoting this new feature, because guys, this is insane. This feature that we just built. So look at this. So let's launch a new workspace, and let's just launch a singular Claude instance, right? And watch this. I need you to do an in-depth review of the code base, and particularly review the logging and the test suite inside of Bridgemind API, and confirm that it uses best practices. So watch this. So it literally, you guys can see enhancing, and it takes what I actually submitted to it, and then it significantly improves my prompt without me even having to do anything. I think you can use PayPal with Stripe. I'm not sure. Can I use PayPal with Stripe? I'm not sure. I think I'll check. But so this is a new feature. I'm calling it Bridge Prompt, and it's built into BridgeSpace. And Bridge Prompt, basically what it does, if we go over here into BridgeVoice, check this out. So Bridge Prompt, enhance voice transcriptions into detailed context-aware prompts using AI. It gathers code-based context from your workspace directory. So based off of whatever workspace you're in that terminal, it's able to gather context and then rewrite the prompts that you spoke into it. Now let's toggle this a little bit. Great work. This now works perfectly. Would you now write a README on how this has been created? Yeah, it's not launched. So BridgeSpace is launched, but this Bridge Prompt and BridgeVoice inside of BridgeSpace, we just built that during this stream. So literally in less than 2 hours, we were able to build this completely. Have I tried voice directly from Claude Code? I haven't. I think it's better to have a global voice to text tool. Like, voice to text is obviously critical, but a global voice to text tool is actually far more important than, like, for example, everybody has voice to text is a commodity, right? There's nothing special about it. And in my opinion, if you are able to get something cheap, that's accurate, that's fast, that's like a huge thing. Okay, perfect. I now need to improve the system prompt associated with Bridge Prompt so that the prompts that are created are perfect, formatted in markdown format, and are longer. And I also want you to make sure that it gathers even more context than it initially does. The existing implementation is working, but now we need to significantly improve it and make it faster and more accurate and more useful. Basically, the goal of Bridge Prompt is to be able to make it so that users that are maybe a little bit less technical are able to speak what they want into BridgeVoice in BridgeSpace, and then have it completely rewrite their prompt to take what they said, but then actually give it the context of the code base. Review and create a structured plan for the improvements that you think can be made. Yeah, Peter said maybe put the enhance toggle at the top of the page instead of in the settings so that users can still send normal prompts without enhancements. Yeah, I think that you're right. Like, make it so that the toggle is just a little bit more accessible. Totally agree. Hold on, guys. I'm going to use the restroom. I'm going to let this think, and I'll be right back. Chat, I'm furious with you guys right now. I'm not happy with you guys. I'm not happy. I can't believe that you guys almost let me do something. You guys let me down. Chat, look at this. I just went to the bathroom. I guess you can't see it on stream. Okay, I almost went to a wedding and I have a coffee stain on this shirt. Oh, you guys can't see it on the stream. It's like very visible in person. Can you see it? No, I don't think you can really see it. No. Okay, I won't be too hard on you guys. But there's a coffee stain on this shirt. Can't wear this. I can't wear it anymore. Also, I have the goals from the last day up on the board. Let me erase those real quick. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna now improve this. Huge updates into BridgeVoice and BridgeSpace. I mean, this is huge, guys. So one thing with the dictionary, let's dismiss all these, and let's delete all these as well. Okay, great. BridgeVoice. Note that, okay, check this out. So you guys see the check that it's doing? Like, I don't understand why it's saying spoke is a dictionary suggestion. That doesn't make any sense. Spoke? Why is that a suggestion? Why is it suggesting spoke as a word for the dictionary? That doesn't make any sense. Abder said, hey bro, I want to know how you are this productive. Since when have you been like this? Why did you choose to build app and not other field? What do you think about video game streaming? So I started taking life a little bit more serious when I was 20 years old is when I started to get really serious. I just realized, like, hey, I don't want to, I don't want to waste my life. Like when I was in college, a lot of my friends were like complete degenerates, like stoners, drinking every weekend. Like they were pursuing like just, going out to bars, hooking up with girls. And what I realized is just like that life that like people were pursuing around me, that like just normal people that were my friends. It's like when people are in college, they just like become like absolute degenerates for some reason. Like not everybody obviously, but just like some of the people that I was around, I was like, what are you guys doing? Like people get into this weird, people at my age, they get into this weird philosophy where they're like, you only live once, bro. We can't do this stuff when we're like 40, so we have to do it now. And I'm like, no, I definitely did not used to be a player. No, my friends were, Yeah, I definitely did not used to be a player. I've always been a little bit of like a, I don't know, I didn't really fit in growing up. So I usually keep to myself. I have a very small circle. But yeah, I mean, like some of my buddies, right? Like just they just turned, like, I was like, yeah, dude, like, I'm not gonna be hanging out with these people anymore. Like, they're just they're like wasting their life. And you know, now, hey, 3 years later, I can see, you know, how that turned out for some of the people I used to hang out with, right? And it's like, hey, no judgment from my part, but you know, hey, I wouldn't want to be in their situation, right? Like, I'm happy that I did all this stuff because, hey, like, they're working, you know, 9 to 5 jobs for like $20 an hour, basically. And I'm like, yeah, and then they're still doing the same things that they were doing when they were 20, right? So I ran into one of my buddies from college at the gym, and he was trying to get me to go out with him that night. And I was like, honestly, dude, I'm probably going to go hang out with like my girlfriend, you know, like, I'm not going to go to like some like bar with you and, you know, like drink alcohol. I'm not a big drinker. I don't think, like, if you guys drink, I don't think there's a huge problem with it, or like, I'm not judging you. I just don't drink personally. I don't think it's good for my health and what I'm trying to do with my life, so I don't drink. But yeah, I mean, like, okay, enhanced prompt, the max length was bumped. Okay, so let's see if this got better now. We may have overdone it, but we did make an update. But yeah, like, I ran into my buddy, and he was still saying the same thing that he was saying when we were 20. And if that doesn't tell you anything, I'm like, yeah, the guy just likes to like be a degenerate. Like, there's nothing else to say. Like, it's not that he can't do it when he's 40. Like, probably when he's 40, he's gonna be like saying the same stuff, if that makes sense. Like, he's gonna be like, oh, like, probably still drinking, like probably still vaping. I'm like, dude, like, you know, these things that people get like tied up on, like, you know, drinking and vaping and whatnot, and like, you know, overemphasizing that those are like terrible for you. It's I don't think that they're like, I think that they're bad. But they're bad in like a different way. Like, some people are like, oh, it's bad because why? Because it's bad, right? And it doesn't really make any sense. And I'm like, no, like, the reason that it's bad for you is because like it's totally distracting. You know, I can see the difference between the way that I've decided to live my life and then the way, like, where that helps to get them, right? So it's like, hey, wake up early in the morning, read books, you know, work hard every day to be able to move forward in life. Don't fall into that mindset of like, oh, I can't do this when I'm 40, because yeah, like, when you're 40, if you build those bad habits, you're gonna be doing the same thing. I need you to do an in-depth review of the application and significantly improve the security of the application. All right, so it's enhancing. This may have errors, but it's supposed to be better. We'll see what this, so you can see it pasted a ton. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what it did. Oh my gosh. So literally the prompt that I just did now has complete context of the code base, and that was done in what was that, 5 seconds? Danito said, I always ask the question when it comes to drinking, how much poison is too little poison? That's ethanol. Yeah, I mean, okay. Well, I mean, what do you guys think of this? So literally with just like one prompt, you're able to have significant improvements here that actually has code-based context. I'm using Gemini 3.1 Flash Lite for the enhancement. The one thing though is that for this, I don't know how. I don't know. First of all, guys, this is going to be huge. Like, this is so demoable. Like, I'm at the point now where I have learned a ton about marketing. Somebody was asking about View Creator. So what's the cost of that prompt? Let me see. Let me check. So yeah, that's actually a great question. Thank you, Kerr. So let's go over to credits here and let's check usage. Hold on, let's go to activity, and then oh, nice. Okay, so check this out, guys. So yeah, so it's very, very cheap. So if we go to overview here, you can see that it's cost me half a penny. And remember, you know, it's half a penny for grabbing the code base context. Now, this is just incredibly demoable. Yeah, Danito Thompson, you just totally pinpointed. Yeah, this is the problem that we're now dealing with. So Danito Thompson, really good feedback here. Exactly what I was thinking. So he said, I wonder if there are any risks to it pointing the model in the wrong direction. Like if you want it to make a small change, but it makes a big one. So this is very, very helpful, right? Like we don't want this to be, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna have, we're gonna go to BridgeSpace here and we're gonna have this improve it. And guys, just so you guys know, this is going to be available in the next BridgeSpace version. So let's pull up BridgeVoice real quick. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, oh, I don't actually have it. Here is what was produced. Could you find ways to identify improvements for this? For example, my initial prompt was do an in-depth review of the application and improve security, and it created that system prompt. One thing to note is that there is a risk to pointing the model in the wrong direction. So what needs to happen is our system prompt for prompt enhancing and the prompt enhancing feature needs to be able to take, it needs to be able to tie very closely into what the user initially prompted. We don't want to get too far away from what the user initially prompted. We just want to improve the prompt from a technical perspective that the user spoke into the AI, not completely guide based off of, we don't want to basically completely change the prompt that was spoken. We just want to improve it. So be careful not to guide the AI in the wrong direction. Would you do an in-depth analysis of this and identify how we could do this? Yeah. The dictionary, I'm not liking the auto. Also, let's do a quick check of MRR. So last time we checked, we went down about $30. We had a little bit of churn. Let's check again. And this is going to go up significantly today. So we're still at 2,236. This is going to go up a lot today. Today, so far, MRR has increased $50. Yesterday was a big day, increased $550. And then today is going to be another big day. We have a ton of subscriptions that are going to be converting today. So we'll see. Yeah. The enhanced prompt would send a coding agent on a wild goose chase. So what we want to do is we want to enhance the prompt without, you know, completely altering what the user is actually asking for, right? Like, and this is an incredibly demoable feature. Peter, I'm going to integrate what you're asking. Right now, the only way to toggle on and off bridge prompt is in settings. Would you make it so that this is actually also a toggle inside of the toggle at the top header, so I don't have to go all the way to settings to toggle it on and off, because I may want to toggle it on and off based off of different things. So make it accessible there in the header. But yeah, chat, I mean, this is an incredibly demoable feature. That's what I'm most excited about. Like this week, my plan is I have a video going out today that I think will be really good for marketing. I also have, Elon Musk retweeted 2 of my posts. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Elon Musk literally retweeted 2. So Elon Musk actually is watching. He knows what Bridgemind is, which is pretty cool. But he did retweet 2 of my posts. I'll kind of show you guys what happened. So we're on the radar of some pretty big CEOs and people. And ultimately, like, yeah, I mean, I'm vibe coding an app until I make $1 million. I'll probably make the $1 million once we start to get funding and start to do, I mean, I could see myself being perceived, I could perceive Bridgemind ends up getting bought out by like OpenAI or XAI. So we just need to add value until that point. But check this out. So Elon Musk, you guys can see this X post, 579. If we go into this post and we go to view post activity and go to reposts, number 1, you can see Elon Musk reposted that post. That's why it got so much traction in the first place. But Elon Musk reposted that post. He also reposted another one. Which one was it? It was down here a little bit more. And he reposted this one. So this one, same thing. View post activity, go to reposts. Elon Musk reposted this. So, you know, we're on the oh, I like that. Or you could make it a keybind. That is actually a really good idea. Let's first check what it looks like here, and then we'll debate whether or not we make it a keybind. So right now, let's see here. Do I just like right click or how do I toggle this on and off? Oh, so it's literally just this button here. Okay, do you guys see that? Also, let's change this. I wanted to say BridgeVoice, not great work. Instead of it just saying voice, make it say BridgeVoice, please, in the top header. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna make it say BridgeVoice. Improve the styling of this now, make it more compact. Eper said, "Congratulations! It's all because you take your things seriously." Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've been. You know, it's like, yeah, yeah, Tyberry. Yeah, I mean, here's my perspective, guys. Is that like, you know, this has been like quite a journey, right? And there's whoa, it created a 7,000 word file here. Of what, just normal words? I don't know about that. Also, guys, MRR did just go up $20, 2,256. I'm telling you guys, this is going to go up to probably 2,500 today minimum. We had 47 subscriptions come through on, when was it? It was on Tuesday. So a lot of those subscriptions are going to be converting today. So I'm really excited for that. So you basically have two modes here. So you can toggle on, you can literally, I mean, that's, you can kind of guys see it, you can toggle it on by doing that. But let's test this again. So I have it enhanced prompt toggled on. I need you to do a deep dive on the Bridgemind API and significantly improve the security of the application. So it's going to enhance it. Let's see what it comes back with now. So that was the last prompt that we gave it. You guys can see it said sent to the terminal. So this is the one that it did now. So based off of that prompt, it said your objective is to address the high impact vulnerabilities identified in the README and security audit. Yeah. The problem is that's not right. Tideberry said, yeah. He said you could make it a word example enhanced prompt and it does it, yeah. What do I think about the 1 million context? I think it's great. The biggest thing that I think about with the context window is just like, even today so far, I haven't been having a lot of auto compacts. You know, with this conversation, look at how far, this is a big convo, right? And we've been updating a lot, but we haven't even, DJ Vision. Okay, hold on, let me check out the picture that you sent. Where is it? It's in Discord. Did you DM me or? Okay, let me check this out. Oh, I'm actually not too worried about that. RPK with so this is what RPK just sent. I hope this is okay to share. So he just sent a screenshot of the SEO. I'm not. I mean, to have second place for that keyword is actually pretty good. I think that that's good because it's second place for only having this out for like a week or so is pretty good. I think that it'll do well. But yeah, one thing I don't like about we'll just call it bridge prompt, which is a prompt enhancer, okay? So I don't like the fact that it basically it kind of took what I said, right? Which was to improve security vulnerabilities. And yeah, it did do the code base analysis because you can see that it's actually referencing particular files, right? But the problem is this is a security audit from January 9th, right? This is a very old security audit. And yeah, I don't like that. Check out another example of what was created when enhancing prompt. One thing that I don't like is that it basically, you can see that it referenced a security audit from January 9th, but that security audit is old at this point. So if this was in production and we were testing this in production, this would completely mislead the AI because it referenced in the system prompt that it recreated something that was basically not relevant and not in my initial prompt. I want you to review this and come up with a better solution so that this does not happen. Yeah, so the issue there is it referenced something that, was not good. Please make merch. Yeah. I think the merch is something I'll get on for sure. All right, let's check MRR. I can't stop checking MRR, guys. So last time 2256, now 2256. I'm gonna check it every 10 minutes now. Yeah, we're gonna need to make some changes to this. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna grab some yogurt. I do have to go to this wedding. Literally, as soon as I'm done streaming, I have to go to a wedding. I'm gonna be done streaming in about an hour. There's a video that's premiering at the end of the stream, basically ranking the best AI tools that I am using after I spend $1,000 a month, 1,100, and I kind of give a breakdown. But that's gonna be in 1 hour. Let me go grab some food real quick, just some yogurt, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Create a loop to check and read MRR for you. Pretty cool. Show me what is actually in the context gathering process for bridge prompt. Okay, this is the issue. I did see something right before I left of what the actual issue is there, fundamentally causing all this. This is such a demoable feature, chat. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a marketing video and I'll be like really serious. You know how I do that? And I'll be like, I never write, or I don't even know what the call to action is, like something about never writing a prompt again or something like that. But BridgeVoice, I think to get BridgeVoice stable on all operating systems this week and to add support for, like, I'm gonna do a big BridgeVoice release probably this week. The new version with Grock instead of just the local models is actually huge, because now we're going to be able to support over 100 languages. So this is not good. Okay, the biggest issue that I see with this is that this is too focused on this particular project. And I don't like how this is currently functioning. For example, it's having it go look at a cargo or a Pi project toml or a package.json. I don't like that. It just needs to be very broad. For example, the user is speaking in a prompt. It needs to gather context of the directory that it's in and then just subtly enhance the prompt. Bridge prompt should not guide the AI in different directions than how the user is prompting. The sole mission is just to subtly improve the user's prompt with best practices. Yeah, speak the language of the code base with bridge prompt, yeah. This would probably go crazy on Reddit. Tideberry, you can send it to me on Discord. And just so you guys know, it's kind of funny, like, I don't know why this is, and it's fine, I want to respect everybody. Some people, like, in the, just, like, that I've interacted with, they'll be like, I just found a critical, like, thing, and it won't be, like, super critical, it just depends, like, different people have different things. Yeah, so send it over on DMs, I'll respond to it, and take a look at it for sure. But somebody was like saying that they hacked Bridgemind, and like all they did was like add a specific value to the Redux store so that they could bypass and see like the UI. So we'll see. Also, guys, we did just pass 7,000 members. 7,000 members in the Discord community. Okay, let's test this out, guys. So we don't want to guide it. We don't want to guide it too much. So let's test this. So go to Bridgemind, and then let's use this. I want you to do an in-depth analysis. Oh. I want you to do an in-depth analysis and identify how we can improve Bridgemind. So it's enhancing. Now it didn't work. I want you to do a review of Bridgemind and come back to me with ways that we can improve the security of our API and our front end. I think it is enhancing it. Now it didn't do enough. Now it's barely even improving the prompt at all. So you took that too far. Okay, let me check Discord. Thank you, Barry. So, Barry, yeah, so there is rate limiting for that. But yeah, you're right. There should be term style there. Review this in depth and create a structured plan for to implement the changes respectively. Thank you. Okay, Benjamin said you should make modes of bridge prompt. The first should auto accept the thing that you said, and the second mode should just be an option to approve what the voice to text feature to be sent to enhance. If Kerr does a hot tip stream, I mean, that would be pretty cool. No, not. No. I don't like this here because in most scenarios there won't be a cursor rules or package JSON or Claude MD file. That's just incorrect. It just needs to be able to take the original prompt and then to actually be able to grep the code base, review files, review particular code, and enhance the prompt. The biggest problem that I think of with prompt enhancement is, and this is actually something because I've seen other people try to do this, and if it doesn't have the context of the code base, then a prompt enhancement basically doesn't do anything. But if it has too much context, then it can guide the AI, it can guide things in a completely different direction than you wanted to go in the first place, if that makes sense. So there's kind of like two sides to that. I think that there is a happy medium, and we're going to find it, where it's not... We'll see. We'll see what this does, and we'll come back to it. Hold on. These are so good. I don't think it would be the Claude MD file. No, that's not it either. Kanye West asked, do you know how much you have spent on tokens overall since you started this project? Great question. So I do have a video that is premiering at the very end of the stream. So in 45 minutes, that basically breaks down how much I'm spending on AI per month and what tools are the best to be using. That'll premiere in 45 minutes right after the stream. I'll pin a link to the URL for that video, but it'll end actually after. Eat a pancake. I still don't like this approach. Would you write a handoff prompt of how we're currently orchestrating the bridge prompt service to another AI? All right, we're going to use Perplexity for this. Somebody asked, how far along are you on reaching the goal of 1 million? Well, we're $45,000 in, 45K, and it's been a journey, that's for sure. I've had some of the best days and some of the worst days of my life in the last 148 days. All right, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna use Perplexity, guys, and we're gonna try and improve this. Also, let's do a quick MRR check. I'm addicted to checking it. All right, it stayed the same. Run npm run build in both projects and fix any build errors. Oops. Imagine the next 148, yeah. The buyout will be nuts. Oh, sorry, I wasn't meant to say that. Whatever company buys out Bridgemind will get an insane amount of viral marketing. They will get so much freaking free marketing for the buyout of Bridgemind. Would you just output it in the chat here so I can copy and paste it in? Yeah, I've been coding since I was 17 years old, but I got more serious when, like a little bit over 3 years ago, and then ChatGPT came out, so. All right, check this out, guys. So I'm gonna use Perplexity Computer. And Perplexity Computer is like really good at being able to launch a bunch of agents. So we'll be able to like use Perplexity for the search capabilities to actually improve this. Do you sell your project? I will buy it. Yeah, no, not 250K, dude. Yeah, I would say that the current valuation of Bridgemind is about 3 million. You know, I do own 100% of it right now. But when we do raise money, like right now, where things are at right now, I would not take any funding under a valuation of $3 million. So, you know, I've done pre-seed investments myself. I've invested $30,000 into the business so far. The next funding round, I'll probably be looking for about $250,000 at a $3 million valuation. But there's more to come on that. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but there is a couple things that are in the works there. All right. I need you to do an in-depth review of this README file. I want you to launch sub-agents that will search the internet and help me write a handoff prompt and a system prompt back to the AI model that's in my code base to help me improve bridge prompt. Right now, bridge prompt is not very good. Basically, the whole premise of bridge prompt is to be able to take what a user's initial prompt was and to be able to have code-based context and improve the prompt subtly but meaningfully based off of the code-based context as well as the original prompt. One issue that we currently have is that the current system prompt and orchestration of bridge prompt is just not very good. I don't like how it's working right now, so we need to significantly improve this, but I want you to help me with this. So do an in-depth review and analysis, and then write a handoff prompt back into the code base and the agent working in the code base to basically be able to improve it in the way that you want it to improve. Yeah, I know. The thing about valuations is that, for example, you know, there are people that really want to invest into Bridgemind right now. You know, mostly some private equity that I have connections with. And I don't want to offload any of that yet. I'm not really ready to take it to that level. I'm just kind of letting you guys know this now. There will be, I do have a plan for when that happens so that, you know, basically, like when Bridgemind does raise money, it will be a big deal, and I'll tell you guys why. So when we do raise money, it'll be a significant amount, and the valuation that we're gonna raise money at is gonna kind of probably like surprise a lot of people. So here's Perplexity running. I'll show you guys Perplexity Computer, because basically what we're going to do is we're launching parallel agents to do research that we're then going to write the handoff back in. But for example, if you came to me and you said, I'm going to give you $1 million for Bridgemind, like 100% of Bridgemind, I would say no. I wouldn't sell Bridgemind for $1 million. I wouldn't sell it for $2 million. I wouldn't sell it for $3 million. I wouldn't sell it for $4 million. I would probably sell it for $5 million at this point. $5 million, but that would be kind of like reaching a little bit to sell it for $5 million. That would be probably like some deal if, like, for example, if Elon wanted to buy Bridgemind out and then take me onto the XAI team, you know, that would be interesting. I'd do it for $5 million. But for right now, like, the way that I see it is that, hey, Bridgemind, we're 8 months in. We have a massive following and community, and we are building an AI company, and we're building a platform for agentic coding. And right now, like, I literally have not raised like any money externally. I funded this completely myself. I invested $30,000 of that initial capital. We've been able to get by very, very well, and generate significant amounts of revenue very early on. And right now, the yeah, I think that anybody that doesn't understand like this space may be like, oh, what? Like, that doesn't make sense. But I'm like telling you guys right now, if I wanted to raise like $1 million tomorrow, I could do it like that. But I don't want to. I don't want to. And I mean, I'm not ready for that yet. Like, because when that does happen, basically Bridgemind will go like insanely viral, because what's going to happen is people will pick it up and they'll be like, this guy that's been vibe coding every single day for X amount of days just raised X amount of dollars and X amount of valuation. And then it's just going to be like the floodgates are going to open, right? Of like people retweeting, reposting, and it's going to go insanely viral. And I want to make sure that the company is positioned to capitalize off of that viral moment that we will have well. And like right now, I'm just, you know, I'm not really in this. Like, I don't need more money. I'm not really about, you know, like, oh, I want more money. Money is a scoreboard to me. Getting a bunch of money is not going to change my circumstances. Like, I'm not going to like go out and buy like cars and stuff. I'm like very happy with where things are at. And I'm just happy with my current, you know, standard of living. I'm not very materialistic. So for me, it's more of like, hey, I want to be able to wake up and enjoy what I do, and raising a bunch of money and hiring on a huge team is just something that I don't really want to do right now. It is something that I will have to do if I want to get to where I want to go eventually, you know. But right now I'm 23, just enjoying life, and this is a good part of the journey that I want to kind of hold on to a little bit. Why would I delay that? Because the company isn't ready for it yet. Like, for example, we basically just launched the initial release of BridgeSpace and of Bridgemind, and it's like, yeah, like, we're not ready for people to be reposting the living daylights out of Bridgemind. Somebody said, are you actually that delusional to suggest you could raise $1 million tomorrow if you wanted to? I mean, you don't know who I am, right? You don't know me. You don't know the conversations that I'm having with people. But I'm just telling you guys, like, for the people that, you know, do know me and do know, I'm just like telling you guys, like, straight up, if you want to raise $1 million, you could. Yeah, so Joker said, when thinking about valuation, you must think about barrier of entry. Yeah. So the barrier of entry is Bridgemind has 54,000 followers on YouTube. And the X platform has 23,000 followers. Really a massive community and platform in the vibe coding space. That is so valuable to people. You don't just walk. Yeah. Very well said. So AV knows what he's talking about. He said $1 million is nothing to raise for a VC. Yeah, it's literally nothing. Like, people see those numbers and like, what? No, man. Like, dude, that is peanuts. Peanuts. literally the naysayers don't matter, because it's just like people that don't understand. Like, I'm just telling you guys, like, yes, like I'm telling you guys the truth. Like, that is just a fact. And you guys will see that in this journey, but the time is not right now. Perplexity computer is kind of slow. Like, I want the research, but I didn't sell ViewCoder, no. Yeah. What am I eating? I'm eating some oats. Yeah, so Kerr said, I think it's wild that millions and billions numbers are tossed around like nothing these days. Yeah. Especially in this field. Okay. So this is the end-to-end flow right now. So the user speaks into the microphone, BridgeVoice captures the audio, transcribes the text. It then checks to see if Bridge prompt is enabled. If it is, then it's going to run this function, gather workspace context, which is going to run a client side in BridgeSpace renderer, raise the active terminal's working directory via Tori FS APIs currently, builds a file tree, auto discovers root config files. Then it's going to run this enhance prompt. You guys are going to start to see ViewCreator more. I didn't stop that project, but the thing is with that project, like the MRR was like 1,000, and I had to pivot from ViewCreator because with Bridgemind, you know, basically it's a community of agentic coders, of vibe coders. The product market fit isn't there. So I had a choice to make. Do I keep working on ViewCreator, which doesn't really need to be built out anymore? And I use ViewCreator myself. It's actually, I am working on it a little bit on the side. You probably are going to start to see it a little bit more because there's one particular thing that we are going to be doing with it. But like, yeah, I mean, if I wanted to scale ViewCreator, I would have to put the same amount of effort into marketing that I do with Bridgemind, right? And with Bridgemind, I'm spending so much time marketing it, making YouTube videos, live streaming, actually working on the product. It's like, this is where the product market fit is, and you guys can see even like with the MRR, it's like, hey, now people watch the streams, people watch the YouTube videos, and they're like, oh, this guy's legit, and this is the coding tools that he uses, right? And like even today, for example, you know, while I've been streaming, you know, I have a ton more signups for Bridgemind, right? And I'm doing nothing. I'm doing what I normally would be doing. So it's huge for sure. Yeah, I think that Bong, so he said that, I don't know, I think he's just trying to be condescending, but he said, he asked a question, he said, what separates you apart from the guy that is going to clone all of your innovation tomorrow? So, I think that's a great question. So, first of all, it's not all about the product. It's about the brand and it's about the marketing. Literally, brand and marketing are probably 80% of the battle. Yeah, Travis asked, can you do a tutorial on YouTube start to finish, how to use and set this up properly, then do a tutorial project? Yeah, 100%, yeah. Perplexity computer takes way too long. I don't like the current approach, even though it does work. I need to improve it because basically what it needs to do is it needs to take the user's initial prompt and then improve it with the code-based context without guiding the AI in some direction that the user did not initially prompt. Let's try improving this now. How much do I spend on tokens per month on primary AI subscriptions or tokens? So that is a great question, and it's a question I get asked a lot, and that's why in 30 minutes, this video here is premiering. So this video here, this is gonna premiere right after this video, or this live stream finishes premiering. I will drop in just a quick link to this video, but this video is gonna premiere right at the end of this stream, which is gonna be about in 30 minutes because I have to go to a wedding. I get to go to a wedding. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Can you give us a plan or an idea for vibe coders who can't afford Claude Max to be able to afford its budget using free tools? Is it even possible, or do you need money to earn more money? Yeah, I think that in a lot of cases, like you're gonna want to spend. You know, I've always been somebody that has spent more on AI than the average person. Like I remember when I was in college, right? My friend, he showed me, like I had just gotten introduced to ChatGPT, and my buddy, he showed me, he was like, yeah, they even have, like, if you spend $20 a month, you can get access to like this, he was like, you can get access to like their better model or something. And I was like, really? And it was $20 a month. And, you know, I bought that plan, and then I bought 2 of them because I used it so much. But like, I've always been a super user of AI. Whose wedding is it? It's like basically like a family friend. Backstory Bites, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah. Okay, so let's see if this works. Backstory, you're gonna think this is pretty cool. So this is a new feature. If you guys are just joining us, you haven't seen what we're working on. So today, the main focus, we've actually built a lot this morning. You know, I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, started streaming at 6, and this is what we've built. So if you guys can see up here, BridgeVoice is now embedded into BridgeSpace, okay? So you can see BridgeVoice up here, and there's a couple settings that I wanna draw your attention to. So if we go to BridgeVoice here in the settings, I now offer cloud transcription as well as local. Cloud is more accurate, it supports over 100 languages. And now there's this toggle bridge prompt, okay? So let's launch, and let's just go back to this workspace here, and I'm going to CD into Bridgemind UI, okay? I'm gonna show you guys something pretty cool here, and we'll improve this over time. But this is just the initial MVP for a new, oh yeah, Backstory Byte said the GPT-4 rate limits 2 years ago. Remember, it was 25 prompts every 3 hours? 25 prompts every 3 hours. That is insane. And the context window was like 30K. Wait, let's actually look up GPT-4 context window. We have to see this. I know it was small. Wow. Oh my gosh. It was 128,000 tokens. That is insane. Okay, so check this out. So now if I do the shortcut, I need you to help me improve the SEO of this project. Now watch this. It says enhancing, right? You guys see this? And then it enhances it. So it says, please improve the project's SEO by implementing the strategies outlined in the SEO implementation plan and SEO master plan files. Review the existing SEO configuration and the metadata exports to ensure they align with keywords defined in SEO keywords. Additionally, verify that the SRC components SEO directory is correctly utilized across the application routes to optimize. Okay, so like one of the reasons I don't like this, yeah, 32K, yeah. Yeah. Also, if you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I'm live pretty much every day. I'm grinding every day, that's for sure. Okay, but check this out. So the one problem that I don't like is that when it does this, when it looks to the MD files, right? Like some of these MD files, I don't even want it to look at, right? Like what I would want there is I wouldn't want it to just be like reference these MD files for context, right? Because the problem that you have there is, hey, these MD files may be like completely irrelevant, right? So rather than doing that, like it may be better to give it overview context of the code base, but not necessarily have it like referencing files and stuff that it doesn't, like it's taking what I'm saying and it's going too far with it. Look at what was created from bridge prompt. I still don't like this because, for example, I asked the AI to improve my SEO and it referenced all these MD files, but for example, some of these MD files aren't even relevant and I didn't want to include them in the original prompt. So now that this is in the prompt, it's going to be looking at these MD files, which may not even be relevant. So what I want you to do is, for example, if I ask a question like improve the SEO of this website, it should then improve my prompt to have the best practice. Like it should literally write a system prompt where the system prompt, you know, describes what the project is and what it's about, and then provides the best practices for SEO, like with the title, like this is what I want, not just referencing random files from the project. We need to improve the functionality of bridge prompt, so not only does it have access to the file tree, but it can actually grep and take a look at code in particular files. Let's enhance the functionality in this way. Help me do this. I feel like if you have that agentic instance rewrite the prompt for you, it would have better context. What's powering the cloud transcription? Grock. So yeah, so let's see here. So Peter said make like a get ignore type jobby. Yeah, so somebody in chat, so we do have that enabled, so it's no longer a toggle. So Pollage said, rather than a toggle, why don't you have a separate key combination that turns on the enhanced mode so users can use both, but only, yeah, let's do that. That's actually a good approach. I need you to take a look at BridgeSpace now, and for bridge prompt, I just want you to add in a new toggle. For example, a new keyboard shortcut. One shortcut will use just normal prompting, voice to text. The other one will use bridge prompt. Review the settings for reference in BridgeVoice and add this new keyboard shortcut. Instead of a toggle, we will just allow them to do a different shortcut for bridge prompt. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good approach. I saw a couple people saying that in chat, and yeah, I do agree. Okay. Kerr said, have that Claude rewrite that prompt. Well, no, because it needs to be in the same instance. Like I want it, it's about like, I can do that with anything, right? I can enter a prompt and then say rewrite the prompt. But I want it to literally do it on transcription. I want it to be able to just like, boom. We'll see how this does. The overall concept is very good, though. Okay, let's see if this is able to improve it. I need you to review the Bridgemind UI and help me improve. Okay, there's updates being made, so we need to, hold on, we need to wait for these updates to go in. This is going to be the new key combination. So that's actually what's happening. So Seward said add another agent to fetch context. So literally what's happening here is it literally is doing that. So I'm connected to OpenRouter, and when I'm making that prompt, it's literally using Gemini 3.1 Flashlight to very quickly do a grep of the code base and be able to like actually have some context of the code base and then improve the prompt. Polish said, what will be the first hires that you make? So first of all, like we're only hiring from the US. That's one thing that I want to note. Only hiring from the US. And initial hires, I've worked with some senior engineers in the past. What I would like to do is I would like to bring on somebody that is a little bit more senior. I'm not looking for like somebody that I'm gonna have to mentor, if that makes sense. Like I want somebody that is definitely like smarter than I am, and definitely like same level of work ethic. Probably gonna give that person options, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Not there yet. I just don't want to be there yet. The business is not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. So here is what Perplexity came up with. I mean, I did do a good job there. Geez, Perplexity computer is actually kind of insane. Yeah, hallucination fuel. I mean, what do you guys think? Should we drop this? It's an 18-page PDF on how to actually improve it. It wants to... No, that's doing way too much. It wants to literally be running git commands? No. I feel like that's doing too much. Okay, let's see here. So there's now going to be a new toggle. So let's go over to settings. So there's going to be C3. Oh, here it is, set key. So we'll do like option D. So when I do option D, it'll use enhance. Let's try this. I want you to do, oh, that caused bugs. That does not work. When using the bridge prompt, it should still transcribe like normal and it should still function as normal when I'm using the shortcut for bridge prompt. But then just at the end of it, it should properly be able to enhance the prompt. Review this and update accordingly. Right now, your code that you wrote is broken. Okay, let's fix this real quick. I do need to use the restroom. We're almost done with this feature. Just as a reminder, in 15 minutes, I'm at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That video breaking down how much I'm spending per month on AI and ranking the top AI tools that I'm using is going to go live. So I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. All right, so chat, I'm back. I may try Perplexity Computer. What is the rate limit like? What plan are you on? So I'm on the max plan, backstory, and it's yeah, I mean, I've used like Perplexity Computer. It uses a lot of tokens, to be completely honest. Like, it used 20% of my plan already, and I only did like 5 prompts. But the work that it produces, it's different than any other AI tool that I use. Like the PDFs that it creates, the sub-agents functionality, the way that it functions, definitely noticeably different than anything that I've worked with. So I would recommend it, depending on how much you like to spend, but definitely very interesting. What's the appropriate amount of money for a wedding gift? I don't know. I personally did not get a wedding gift, so maybe I'm just a terrible person. But yeah, the Mac Minis. Okay. So this one's needed to finish before we can test this, but I mean, BridgeVoice up here, this is going to ship in the next version of BridgeSpace. So an updated version is going to ship probably like on Monday. I just don't want to ship anything over the weekend where I don't have like, where I'm not like working like 12 hours on a day or something like that. Like today, I'll probably work, I've already got about 4 hours on my belt, so I'll probably end up working like 6 hours today. WDM, what's up? He said Perplexity Computer is for specialized work. You shouldn't slot prompt into it because you'll rip through $50 of tokens in no time. Yeah. Yeah, it's a definitely a powerful tool. It's very different. All right, so let's check this out. So I can now do what? Command D. Hello. Okay, it's hello there. This is a quick test. Oh, wait. This is a quick test to see if enhanced prompt is still working. Okay, perfect. Okay. So this thing will hallucinate, which I don't like. I need you to review the Bridgemind API and the Bridgemind UI and identify areas where we can improve the security of the application. That one didn't enhance though, did it? I need you to review Bridgemind API. I need you to review the Bridgemind API and identify opportunities for us to be able to improve the logging of the API. WDN said he just made a skill, so now computer can run isolated Claude Code instances and check in with me so on Slack once a PR is ready. That feels great so far. That is sick. What do I think about the 1 million context window? I think it's good. I mean, I think, what's your question? Does the performance decrease and have you experienced it with longer context? I mean, the nice thing is that you're not going to get the compact, like the 200,000 context is so low, you're going to be getting compacted way too often. So I'm happy with where it's at now. I just want to rewind this entire conversation. This was a loss. Oh, whoa. Never mind. Not there. Okay. So I just did restore this because that actually it was not good functionality that it built. So BridgeVoice. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that toggle on for now. I think we were doing too much with that. Let's go here and let's try it. So bridge prompt, if you guys are just tuning in, this is what we've done on this stream. So if you guys look up here, BridgeVoice is now inside of BridgeSpace by default. So if you have a pro plan, you will be able to have access to this. And what I want to show you guys is that basically, like, check this out. This is so sick. So let's say I open up 6 sessions, right? Based off of whatever session I'm clicked in, I can literally just prompt accordingly. Watch this. I want you to do an in-depth review of the project. So, right, so it sends it. I want you to do an in-depth review of the project. Sends it, right? So pretty cool. But we've also implemented this ability so that there's enhanced prompting. Okay, so if I just drop in the Bridgemind API, I think this is gonna work. We may have altered a couple things that affected it, but if we do Bridgemind API, I want you to do an in-depth review of the Bridgemind API and help me significantly improve the security of the application. Okay, so why is it not working now? Did I do something? Review this. Why is prompt enhancing no longer working? Review the 400 error that I got and fix this. Okay. So this is the new 1 million context, and like, for example, like, hey, the context is helpful because it's not auto compacting every single time now. It actually like will work with you. Oh, it must be equal. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. I want you to do an in-depth review of the Bridgemind API and help me significantly improve the security of the application. So it's enhancing it. And then here is the enhanced prompt. And there's a couple things that we need to fix with this. We'll take a look at this, but this is going to be something that launches this upcoming week. Just as like a quick side note, this week is going to be big for Bridgemind because we're going to be officially launching BridgeVoice. So as you guys know, BridgeVoice has kind of been on the sidelines, and it's been in beta, more like alpha. But there's a couple new updates that we have where I'm going to be shipping out V3 of BridgeVoice. BridgeVoice V3 includes the following changes. So you now can add custom instructions. There's now automatic dictionary. So when you speak words, it's going to automatically be able to prompt you here like, hey, do you want to add this to your dictionary, which is very nice. But the biggest change is that we are now supporting 99 languages with our cloud transcription. So BridgeVoice is now one of the only platforms that is offering either local transcription, which is completely on device, private, with no internet needed, or cloud transcription. So with cloud transcription, it supports 99 plus languages. It's more accurate than local transcription, and it's faster depending on what type of computer that you have. I will say that local for me goes very, very fast because I have 96 gigs of RAM. But for people that only have like 16, it's not very fast. So you can switch this over to cloud and it's gonna be very fast and accurate for you. So definitely a big improvement there, but that's gonna be a big thing that ships out this week. And then with BridgeVoice, Bridge Prompt and BridgeVoice are now natively integrated in. So you can see that, I was able to rewrite my prompt here. Definitely a lot of improvements need to be made to this. I'll be taking a look, but just like initial MVP type deal with, hey, now we actually have the functionality working for this. In the last like 2 hours, we were able to get this working if we just go to Bridgemind UI. And then if we just run, Claude instance here, it's pretty cool because let's just say I want you to do an in-depth review of Bridgemind UI and help me integrate best SEO practices. So we're going to do that, right? And it says enhancing, you can see up there. And then now it says, perform an in-depth audit of the Bridgemind UI, implement comprehensive SEO best practices. Please review the existing configurations. And here, and it references the respective, important files related to SEO. So I was able to grep that and see, okay, these are the files that are important for SEO. Let me reference them in the system prompt. So basically what this allows you to do is it allows you to give, system prompts in prompts with your voice, but then it actually greps and very quickly is able to improve your prompts. Now, there's a couple things that we're going to want to change with this, but so far I feel good about this. What tasks do I hand off to Gemini? I usually hand off like UI tasks to Gemini, but that's going to be something that's going to be shipping out probably on Monday. BridgeVoice is going to be shipping out on Monday. There's going to be a big official launch for it, and we're going to drive to, the goal is going to be 3,000 in MRR this week. Right now, if I show you guys our MRR, we are currently at, so it went up to another $20, so 2,276. ARR is 27,312. So things are looking good. If we look at the last 4 weeks for Bridgemind, MRR is up 216%. ARR, 216% MRR growth. Yesterday was a good day with 550 added. Today's going to be another good day. So far 90, but the day is not even close to over. We had like 47 subscriptions come through 3 days ago. They're all going to be, people are going to be converting today. So I'm hoping to get to 2,500 today. I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord. And then I'm hoping also to get to 3,000 by the end of the month. I think that we can actually beat that. I think that we get to 3,000 by the end of this week, depending on how these launches go. So you guys are going to continue to see me go harder on marketing, harder on streaming. I'm a bigger fan of the kind of like starting to stream in the morning because it allows me to get, you guys know that I'm training for an Ironman right now. And I want to be able to build like a balanced life where I can, spend time with the people that I care about and be able to do Ironmans and stuff. Speaking of which, let's actually start to ship this code. Let me pull up Visual Studio Code real quick and so we can start shipping this. But I think that what I'm trying to do, at least right now, is streaming earlier in the morning. Like let's say I start streaming at 5:30 a.m. this week, right? If I stream for 8 hours, I'm done at, what even is that? Like, 1 p.m., right? And I streamed for 8 hours, but I still can do training. I still can spend time with people that I care about, but I stream for 8 hours. And I can also make more YouTube videos for marketing. So I'm seeing myself, like I wake up early in general. I hope that you guys like it. I don't have an Ironman suit, but I do have a tri-suit. But I think like this is the direction I'm headed because that way the streams will be longer and people will get to see more like authentic building than just like, oh, I'm starting to stream in the middle of the day. It's a 3-hour session. It's like kind of distracting, which we'll still keep those, right? We'll still do them. But I think that the early morning grind where I'm working for longer, you guys get to see more of the journey. I'm literally waking up, taking, all this stuff. I'm drinking coffee and it's like you guys get to see more of the authentic journey, I think. So I'm going to do more 5 a.m. streams and more early morning streams that are longer. So you guys will be able to see like, 8-hour streams instead of 3-hour streams. But here's where we're at. I'm going to ship this code out. But here's where we're at to just like end this stream. We're at 2,276 in MRR. Also guys, this video is premiering literally in 2 minutes. So I'm going to drop this into the chat here. I'm going to end the stream, but definitely go watch this video, go like the video. And if you could watch it all the way through, because it really helps basically with the algorithm and it helps push it further. This video, like I basically go over how much I'm spending on AI. I give a complete breakdown of which AI tools I think are the best. I rank them. And it's interesting because Bridgemind at this point is so good that Bridgemind can literally be included as a pivotal AI tool that I use in my vibe coding workflow because it literally is. We use BridgeSpace, we use BridgeVoice. Soon BridgeCode will be releasing, but go check out this video. It's literally premiering right now in 2 minutes. I'm gonna go do this wedding and I will